ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers house sweep it is. They took care of the Miami Marlins yesterday by a score of 3-1 to finish off the 3-game sweep at American Family Field. Robert Gasser, he had a solid outing, went 5 innings, only giving up 3 hits, 1 earned run with 5 Ks on the board. And there wasn't much going offensively for the crew for about 98% of the game until Wild Bill William Contreras played some hero ball. He got the job done in the bottom of the 9th, hitting a 3-run shot to dead center field to give the Brewers their 3rd straight win over the Marlins and their 3rd straight comeback victory. Jacob Mizorowski taking on Freddie Peralta tonight. Brewers-Mets, don't miss it.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
You should be going further than getting a 7 seed and not winning a playoff game. That is a fact. You should be getting further with this team that you have.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
You think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said
field?
it 3 times. 5
Okay,
and 5.
Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
It's good to hear you're still a positive person after working with Jim for as long as you have.
Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Welcome into Molly and Jim. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are always blue, Molly, and sometimes we are chill.
Sometimes.
We are on ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee, and ESPN Beaver Dam as we are filling in for Wilde and Tausch. Riley Yauk behind the glass. We are in the Everlight Solar Studio. I believe that means you can see us on both the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee YouTube streams. And Molly, you went with your Homer Simpson look today, your standard black.
My Homer Simpson? Why do you say Homer Simpson? I was thinking more of like a Nick Saban.
Well, Homer wears the same thing every day. Simpson. I don't know about Homer in Milwaukee, but Homer Simpson wears the same thing every day.
Maybe him too. Well, actually, it's funny that you say that, though, because, well, 1, I wear black all the time, obviously. It makes you skinny. And tan. But 2, as I was getting dressed this morning, I'm like, you know what? I am officially deciding I am in my Nick Saban era.
Okay.
Because, like, there's the whole story with, like, Nick Saban that, like, part of his success is because he literally wore the exact same thing every day because it's like it's one less thing that you have to think about, right? So like
I didn't know that.
Yes, I've heard that story before.
Okay.
I should probably Google it to make sure that it's like a real story. But yes,
I've
heard it before where like he would wear like the exact same thing over and over and over because it's like it's one less thing that you need to think about, one less thing that you need to put your energy and time into. And so I decided that I'm going to do that because right now I just don't really have a lot of time. And I just I overthink what I'm going to wear during the day. I then, like, if I pick something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, that I'm trying to be more trendy and fashionable, then I just feel, like, uncomfortable all day. So I was just like this morning, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to be Nick Saban. Nick Saban era is starting now.
So you don't feel comfortable when you take chances?
No, that's not entirely accurate. Maybe.
Well, I'll say
I don't want to
this.
get into like therapy, like because I feel like somehow,
We're
some
on
way
there
we get
for 3 hours, Molly. We get into
therapy for me like at least once a week at this point. But I don't know if that's necessarily why. It's just more of like a out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to, like dress like the cute 24-year-olds in our office, and I'm like, girlfriend, you're almost 30 years old. Calm down.
I'm sorry. You are 29 years old. I'm
still,
46. And
you're trying to wear a backwards hat.
I am wearing a backwards hat. So at 46, I apparently am trying to look like. Honestly,
you're trying to look like you're Riley Yauk.
If I could look like I'm 36, I would take that as a massive, massive win. We will talk Packers today because we know that this is a Packers show. serious stuff. But you mentioned Nick Saban and the football coach mentality. And honestly, outside of Coach LaFleur, I think that Luke Fickell would have the same mentality, and I feel like probably most high school coaches have the same mentality of why waste bandwidth, which is hilarious. Why waste bandwidth on trying to figure out what you're going to wear, Molly? I like that.
Well, why do you think Matt LaFleur literally wears the same thing during the football season? He wears the vest, he wears a long sleeve, he wears pants, he wears the same Nikes.
That's fair. So maybe that
same
is
with
the
Luke
secret.
Fickell. Luke Fickell wore the freaking TEAM vest
Oh my God, I hate
for the
that so
last
much.
3 years up until one game where he was like, you know what? Maybe I just shouldn't wear this anymore because it's cringe.
A little inside baseball here with football of it, but Brady Ewing, the former Badger, he's getting a lot of credit for bringing a lot of former Badger players back into the fold. If he could also just whisper to Fickell, lose the TEAM, that would be great.
I think he's done with it.
You think
so?
Because
he ended the season last year.
I know, but I don't know. It feels like it's identity. Maybe he'll bring it back. But the other thing that football coaches, I think, are known for is cologne. Okay. And Riley Yauk, behind the glass, was scrambling a little bit, getting us rolling today, because what were you doing before the show started?
I was interviewing 4 high school head coaches for our Prep Mania Coaches Roundtable.
Okay. And when Molly and I came in here, it was a strong smell. It was not a bad smell, but it smelled of cologne. And we're trying to figure out 844-770-3776. That's Carbis Talk text line. Less is more. What cologne do you most associate with a high school football coach? Because it is not a bad smell.
It's a good, I like this smell. It's just there's so much that I might come home and my husband will be like, why are you wearing men's cologne? And I'll be like, I swear, I was just in the studio for 3 hours. It's a good smell though. I like this smell. But if I attribute one to it, I automatically think of Old Spice Fiji.
Old Spice Fiji is more modern than a football coach is going to put
True,
on.
but also those were young coaches that we had. One of those guys that was just in here, Riley, was he looked like he was decently young, I think.
Maybe are you talking about Torrin Young, former Iowa Hawkeye running back?
Torrin Young, former Badger, Monona Grove running back.
Yeah, Torrin Young.
I didn't know Torrin Young was in here. I love Torrin Young.
Yeah.
Back when I actually covered high school sports.
He's a great
interview. If you love him, you would have
too.
known that it was him. Come on, Jim.
That was a long time ago.
Okay.
I'm old. I can't remember things. Torrin Young was someone I wanted to go to the Badgers, but they had too many good running backs.
That is what I'm
time.
talking about, yes.
All right, but Dan Landscaper chimes in. Can you guys please keep it funny and authentic while you're subbing in today? Not make it serious like Wilde and Tausch always do.
Oh.
Well, we are definitely not serious.
He's going to change our game plan.
And he says Axe body spray.
For sure, Axe.
There could have been an Axe today. These guys are younger. But that's the fun part of it, because if you're Daniel Landscaper and you're a little bit, I guess, younger, because I would imagine, if I picture and I try to remember what, my high school teachers or, my football coach smelled like, it's going for, Brute, maybe Cool Water, some Old Spice, not the fancy Fiji stuff, old school Old Spice. You smell like Old Spices. I don't even know what Old Spice specifically is supposed to smell like, but I tell you what they don't smell like is Bath and Body Works. I don't think they're wearing a lot of even the I love the men. I almost said flavored. The men smelling.
They are flavors.
The men the creams and the cologne for men. It's always bourbon and sweat or baseball glove.
It is always an
Beer.
alcohol, whiskey, and
Right.
blank.
Right.
Fill
And
in
it
the blank.
doesn't smell like those things because nobody let me get that beer and cigarettes. Now I'm manly. You don't actually smell like beer and cigarettes. You just feel I bathed myself in beer and cigarettes. I got a man smell.
There is a new one that I've been eyeing because I need to buy some new hand soaps and I go to BathandBodyWorks.com.
Yeah, what are the women ones?
Well, no, I don't know. I don't use body products from there, just hand soap. But one of the ones that I saw was football season, and I'm like, what does football season smell like?
Football.
But I want to buy it though. I think it smells like football coaches and tailgate food. Great.
I think at Bath and Body Works, it's probably going to be some sort of mix of pumpkin spice.
Yep.
Fall, generic, just fall.
Maybe
And-
some leather,
Leather, maybe a little bit of rain.
a little bit of pigskin.
I don't think pigskin's a good smell.
But a smell that I'm thinking of, so my husband doesn't wear cologne. My stepson kind of does, but also he wears those, what's that Sydney Sweeney soap one? Squatch. Well, that's what they're known for, if we're being honest. They're known for the Sydney Sweeney
know what you're talking
bathwater.
about.
They're known for the Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap. But so they have like a whole thing from like Costco that like his like girlfriend got him or whatever. And so it was like a very strong smell that it's like Jiminy Christmas. But he'll wear a little bit of cologne. Our 13-year-old started wearing cologne, and like it's like a naked bottle, like naked body bottle. I don't know. I did not purchase it for him. His grandma did.
Wait, that reminds me of Alex Strofe. I believe his mom used to buy him
like sweet and sexy,
very sexy cologne from Victoria's Secret.
Something like that.
So, but it does bring me a question of when, I guess, whether it's a guy or a girl listening here, 844-770-3776, Crawford Stock text line list is more. When do you choose your own cologne or your smell? Because, like, I remember that when I was younger, I don't remember my mom ever buying it for me, but I definitely, whatever my girlfriend at the time wanted me to smell like is what I smelled like.
Fair.
So, like, Curve was definitely a big one. Cool Water, I believe, was one. And I'm trying to, there was no Axe body spray. I feel like Curve was the big one there.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I would go to, is that, like, probably on 22, I maybe picked my own smell. That
like
might
age
be
22?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, honestly, it's just whatever girl I was seeing. What do you want me to smell like? Whatever it is that gets you to be close to me, I don't care. I'm gonna wear it.
That's funny. I get that though, because I feel like I like dated a guy in the past, and like whatever I bought for him, he would wear. I don't really think I have a smell right now. Like, I don't wear perfume. I honestly switch up our body wash. Like whenever I run out, I switch it to the next thing, because I'm like, I don't know, maybe your body gets used to like your body wash, you know what I mean? Same with like shampoo and conditioner. I'm like, I'm gonna change it up every 3 months or whenever I run out, because I don't want like my body and hair to get like used to it. But one that comes to my mind is, I think of like what my grandpa used to wear, and I know we talked about this like last week when we equated like cigarette smell from the disgusting air outside to like memories of grandparents and whatnot. I know Riley, whenever he smells the smell of cigarettes, he thinks of his grandpa, and we had a lot of callers that said that they did too. But I feel like I think of like when I smell the Brute smell,
the green bottle.
Yes, like that is my grandpa's for sure. That is what he wore.
And Riley, the smell that cigarette smells, what helped you remind you of your grandfather?
Yeah.
I love it.
It is.
So were you thinking of him this weekend, or maybe even today? Because I don't think the air quality is great yet. I think Milwaukee's worse than Madison. I was at the Brewer game yesterday for Ron and Rome. There you go. I gave you a sports word. So we will get to sports. I was at the Brewer game yesterday, and it was very smoky. They had the roof open, and it wasn't quite a restaurant in 1989 sort of like stink to it.
Okay.
It was more the air quality felt like a restaurant right after they made it no smoking in Wisconsin.
It just like lingers.
It's just there. Like you sit down in the booth and it just poof, comes out. So it was still there.
It's permeating in the carpet.
Yes, but I felt more comfortable because I happened to be sitting next to a good friend and partner of the show, Tyler from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience. But Tyler over there was there with his wife, and she was sitting next to me, and she works in the medical field. And she was there with 3 little kids, and she's like, you're okay. So there was a little bit of a conversation on the way over of like, air quality's not great. And I was like, well, they're close to the roof. And then we get there, and my wife's like, roof's open. I'm like, well, if it's bad, we'll leave. But we were able to get through the entire game. And I want to talk more about why baseball is great to take, like, whether it's a date or your family to, because why do you care? Like, when you're there, and I'm not a diehard baseball fan, Molly, but I was at the game yesterday. And those who don't know, like, I'm a Cubs fan, but also I was a Brewers fan until I was 18 years old when they switched from the American League to the National League. So, like, I don't have a disdain towards the Brewers. My girls kept on asking me, like, who are we going to root for? And I said, I really don't care. I mean, I guess it's better if the Marlins win. Like, Cubs could catch a game, but, like, not a big deal. And at a baseball game, I just think it's the best environment to just have a conversation, be able to embrace the game. And there were some, I would say, weirdos around me because they're like yelling and screaming at every pitch. And they're going crazy and they're yelling mean things at the batters and everything. And I was like, man, it is July 19th against the Marlins at 1:00. What are we doing? But like, people were in it.
That's so interesting because I feel like, so I'm not the biggest baseball fan. Obviously, like I enjoy going to a game. I enjoy being in that environment when it's summertime. Like you said, all the things that you're listing off, like having the food and just being out when hopefully the air quality is better. But being out and like enjoying the game is so fun. And I do think that is one of the more fun sports to actually go to. But like, I don't understand from a fan standpoint because to me, if I go to any NBA game or NFL game or whatever it is, like if I'm watching any of those, my anxiety is like on another level, especially when it's my team too, like adding in that layer. Like I'm not going to be chill during a Packers game, right? But like during a Brewers game, it's like, yeah, okay, I want the Brewers to win, but like, And I don't know if that's because there's 162 games. I don't know if it's because the environment is just so like chill and you can kind of just like sit there and talk through the whole game. But like if it's a Packers game, I'm not just going to sit there and talk the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 844-770-3776. It's Carbon Stock text line. List is more. What's the game that's best to attend if you're passively watching? Because look, you and I are friends. We went to a game with Matt Hamilton. We didn't talk much and not friendly during the game because like my anxiety went to the Bear-Packer game. At Lambeau Field, my anxiety was high. I'm into the game. I don't want to miss a play. I don't want to talk over a play for you. And the action, even though obviously you're pausing per play, the action, the importance of it is times 10 for football. Same thing with a Badger game. You're kind of locked in.
Even when the Badgers stink, I'm more locked in than I am for a Brewers game, probably.
And a basketball game as well. It's action happening all the time. You don't want to miss an amazing dunk. And you don't want to miss a big-time play. Mm-hmm. So while that's all going on, like for baseball, I was, shooting the breeze with Tyler's wife, just talking about, air quality and everything else. And then my girls are asking me questions about the game, and I'm able to answer it and take my time and not look at because it doesn't really matter. And also, like, I wasn't ever, like, plussed. I wasn't ever anxious or like, it was just, all right, what's happening? The only thing I cared about in the game was that there was a hot minute where I thought the Brewers might be, it wasn't truly there, but I think it was through 4 innings, there were no hit. And then there was a very questionable hit call when Andrew Vaughn hit the ball to third base, and the third baseman gloved it but just didn't catch it, and they called that a hit. And then we were into like the 6th or 7th inning, and it still was the only hit. And I was like, I'm going to be pissed if this is what happens. Like, if this is a one-hitter and that's the hit, the entire show today is how the Marlins got screwed out of a no-hitter. Now, that didn't happen. The Marlins bullpen, particularly their closer, is terrible, and the Brewers ended it. And that actually brings me to my last controversial point here before we go to break. I think walk-off home runs are the least exciting way to end a game.
Right. I thought that's like the most fun thing that people love.
I just saw it. Like I've experienced a walk-off football play. Okay. I've experienced a walk-off game winner, a basketball shot, and I experienced a walk-off home run. They're all awesome. But the walk-off home run, like, it was just all right, cool. I mean, again, it was like,
but then
it's a walk-off, but like a game-winning basketball shot, there's nothing like that. And then a game-winning football. And I think it's because the games are more important. Because it still was like, cool. Like, Brewers won. Like, no, the best part about it was, again, AmFam Field provides a great environment, the fireworks. Like, they shot off the fireworks. And
was it even dark enough to see the fireworks?
Well, yeah, with all the smoke, you can see it just fine. So, like, you shot off the fireworks. The girls got a kick out of that. And we went and ran the bases afterwards. So, great experience over at AmFam Field. But, like, I was like, all right, home run. Game over. Contreras loved it. They were into it, but like, just wasn't moving the needle for me.
Well, that was their second one, right? Because on Friday night they went into 10 innings.
Yep, Garrett Mitchell walked it off.
Yeah, I mean, Riley, you're like the resident baseball guy. To me, I don't even enjoy baseball that much, but that seems like a crazy take.
Yeah, that's a terrible take.
That's terrible.
Out of the three,
way better than a walk up. Unless you're talking about the Minneapolis Miracle with Justin Jefferson catching it on the sideline in a playoff game. Like a walk-off home run is significantly better.
They're way more common than a walk-off play in football.
Just because it's more common doesn't mean it's any worse.
But it's also more important, too, in football. These are all still just raisins in a trail mix, however you win it.
I do
baseball.
think that that's what a lot of issues with baseball comes back to, is that the season's way too long. Because it's like, okay, like...
It's a grind. It's part of the beauty of baseball.
So it doesn't lend itself... so it doesn't lend itself to the weight of the moment because it's just 1 of 162. I'm not saying it's not like a 9 out of 10, and then I would call basketball 9.5 out of 10, and then I call football 10 out of 10 to walk it off. I'm not saying it wasn't something awesome, but like I'm not going to remember. I'm not going to be like, I was there when Wilson Contreras hit a home run on July 19th to beat the hapless Marlins. Like,
but
if I was at a Bucks game and Giannis walks it off, I mean, not anymore.
But see, that same thing though.
Brandon Burry's walked it off in summer league.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Remember that?
If I was there, I would remember that.
No, see, you're full of crap when you say that, because that is so not true. And you would honestly, it'd be the same thing for
if you walked it off at an NBA game.
No, it'd be the same thing for an NBA game too, where it's like, yeah, you're gonna remember the buzzer beater, but like for me, when the Bucks won the championship, I was at the first round when they played Miami Heat, and it went into overtime, I think, and it was because Chris Middleton hit like a buzzer-beating shot. I will forever remember that. I will forever remember what the feeling of the stadium was, even though that was just the first round of the NBA playoffs. Like, it was incredible.
Yep.
But if that was during like a normal whatever game against the Washington Wizards, game 42 out of 82 or whatever they do, I'm not going to remember. I'm not going to care.
So then it comes down to playoff. Like,
see, and that's what so Daniel Landscaper chimed in on the Carbos Talking text line 844-770-3776. List is more. He says, game-winning walk-off in baseball in the playoffs in a series-clinching game is better than anything. See, that adds a whole other level where if you're talking playoffs, it's totally different.
I agree, but
it was Stephon Diggs, not Justin Jefferson.
But also,
correct. That was almost like 10 years ago.
I was going to say, yeah, that shows you how much I care about the Vikings playoff win.
Every sport,
but you will forever remember where you were. I do.
Every sport has the playoff jump, though. So I'll hear the argument on basketball over baseball, but for football, I'm sorry, a walk-off football ending play is better than anything else in sports. I'm sorry, it's William Contreras. I said Wilson. So William Contreras walks it off. I love his walk-up music. I love his vibe. I love him. Like, he's fantastic, so it wasn't like any sort of like ill will. Like, he is a Brewers player that's very easy to like, but also I'm weird. Like, I enjoy his brother. I like players that, like, the Contreras brothers are two guys that play with passion, that actually seem like they give a damn about what's happening in the game. I enjoy that. That's why I enjoy Miz. The worst, too many baseball players are like, just gonna come up and take a swing, and every day it's just grind it out. Like these, I love Miz, I love Contreras, I like the guys who can go out there and absolutely just show that they care. Because he came in the game as a pinch hitter and came through with the second at bat with the walk off, and you could tell it mattered to him. But I'm sorry, it doesn't hold a candle to football.
Robin Madison chimes in. He says Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary over Detroit beats all.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. And I'm sorry, if that Brewers game last night was a playoff game, it doesn't hold a candle to Aaron Rodgers throwing a Hail Mary to beat the Lions.
If it's a playoff game, it 100% does.
It holds a candle. It holds a candle, might not beat it. And also, I think it depends on who their opponent is, too. Because it's like, you got to think, if they were playing like the Dodgers in the playoffs to go, I don't know, to the NLCS or to go to the World Series or whatever it is, like, that's going to beat everything.
844-770-3776. I feel like this should be our first Siding Unlimited poll question here, which is, what's the best walk-off to view in person? Baseball, football, or basketball?
Or if you have any specific examples, too.
Yeah, I mean, a soccer walk-off, I mean, World Cup, I was at the Brewers game.
Not really a walk-off, but...
Pretty close, though, right?
Close-ish, yeah.
So,
it was nearing the end of extra time.
I guess a penalty kick in soccer would be pretty insane. A penalty in do they still do that in hockey? Like, at some point, do they end up with penalty shots or not? Because those were great. I will say, in hockey, when they did have penalty shots to end the game, those were awesome too.
Okay.
So, what's the best, and I want to say live, what's the best walk-off to see live? 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. List is more. This is the Molly and Jim takeover of Wilde and Tausch.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Rays Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at rays.grbacademy.com. That's rays.grbacademy.com.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is, I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tausch here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Jeremy in Green Bay chimes in. Woody homering off Clayton Kershaw. Jeremy in Green Bay with that. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk text line. This is more. It is the Molly and Jim takeover of Wilde and Tausch. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown. You can see us on ESPN Madison and the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube streams, and obviously listen to us on ESPN Madison, Milwaukee, and Beaver Dam. Riley Yauk behind the glass. And we're asking the question, that I was at the Brewer game yesterday, Molly, and I saw Wilson Contreras walk it. William Contreras.
Why do you keep saying Wilson?
Because I'm a Cubs fan, and Wilson Contreras was the guy I rooted for forever. So William Contreras walked it off, and it was a moment. It was very cool. The fireworks went off, and it was something that was fun. Now, it was interesting. I stayed to the end of the game. I'm not pretending to some people chiming in on here of oh, you're not a real baseball fan. I'm not saying I am. I almost never stayed to the end of the game. It was a rare occurrence that I did, and if I had left and not seen the Contreras walk off, I would have felt not an ounce of remorse for missing it. But I stayed because the Brewers had on Sunday, kids can run the bases.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so we stayed after, and Nola and Rosie ran the bases. Rosie was not going to do it for most of the time because she's 13 and way too cool for it. She also dressed like she was going
I saw her outfit. It was cute.
Yeah, she was going to a club or something. I don't know.
Sure. I was like, I can't believe that Jim let her wear this.
Yeah. I don't make any decisions on clothes. My wife makes those decisions on clothes, and so if it passes, it passes. But when I did see her come downstairs, I was like, where are you going? Because we're going to the ball game. 'Cause my wife just had a tank top on. My youngest had a black shirt and teal shorts, and then I just wore my Cubs shirt. It said no place like Wrigley Field. So of course you did. We stayed. I thought that was pretty mild because it doesn't say Cubs on it. It just says no place like Wrigley Field.
Sure.
So, anyways, we stayed to the end because the kids got to run the base paths, and that's awesome. The Brewers do that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, AmFam Field, it's like a minivan. You know what you're going to get. It is super comfortable. You don't have to worry about the weather, and it's very family friendly. They have the playground, they have all these great things, and the kids get to run the bases afterwards. Burning the Brewers a big hit. They obviously, like all ballparks, the kids try to dance, get on the screen, the whole thing. They had a really cute thing of little nuggets. I won't say the brand who was doing it, but
like chicken nuggets.
But yeah, it was little. But you held up your baby.
Oh, okay.
And they played the Lion King music.
Yeah.
So, look, Brewer games are 10 out of 10 in person. They are great.
That's so fun.
And I got to see the walk-off. But the walk-off was, the least exciting. Well, actually, the least exciting part of the game. But it was okay, it was just part of what happened at the game. For me, obviously, the girls running the bases was way cooler than a Contreras walk-off. So it got me thinking, what is the best way what's the best walk-off to see in person? And so you can chime in 844-770-3776. Carl Talk text line list is more. Is it a walk-off in baseball? Is it a game-winning shot in basketball? Is it the game-winning throw or touchdown in football? I guess field goals in there as well.
Could be an interception.
Could be an interception.
I mean, I think of Keyshawn Nixon against the Bears, at Lambeau last year.
That sealed the game, but I was thinking of Tim Hasselbeck. I believe it was Al Harris who intercepted it.
You mean Matt Hasselbeck?
What did I say,
yeah,
Tim?
why
Tim?
are you
It's really
what
early.
What is going on?
It's really early. Matt Hasselbeck.
Chuck your coffee right now. It's not
Matt
Wilson.
Hasselbeck.
It's William.
And it's Matt Hasselbeck threw the interception. I believe Al Harris ran it back.
Okay.
For a touchdown.
He joined Wilde and Tausch just a couple weeks ago.
He did. Yes. He was really good. If you missed that, you can listen back on the ESPN Wisconsin app. But unnamed in the 715, remember to text us in your name as well. He says Roger DeCobb at Chicago to walk off the Bears with 38 seconds remaining. That's always a good one. Kevin in Lake Geneva says 95% of football walk-offs are kicks. Many chip shots. It's not even a football player in that moment. Block and return totally on board.
Okay, I hear that. There's a little bit of how it ends.
So wait, would you rather see a walk-off field goal or a walk-off home run like you saw yesterday?
I mean, there is a video that exists of me losing my mind when the Bears walked it off against the Packers at Lambeau Field. So I think a lot of that has to do with the moment because that game was obviously irrelevant for both teams.
Yeah.
But that was big for me. Again, I think part of this is what's your favorite sport? Because, if the Brewers hit a home run to walk off the Cubs, I'd be fine by Monday morning. It wouldn't sit with me, as opposed to if the Packers pick six, get Caleb Williams to win the game, I'm going to be bothered for months.
Well, I think it comes down to stakes, too. It's got to be equivalent here if we're going to compare the sports.
That's fair.
Brandon McManus hit that walk-off field goal. What was it, against the Texans? Either last year or 2 years ago.
Okay.
And compare that with Williams Contreras' walk-off yesterday against the Marlins. 2 regular season games
Well,
against...
for what it's worth, I didn't even see the game yesterday for the Brewers, so that might tell you something.
I'm
but
taking
also,
a walk-off bomb.
But are you a bigger
over-
Brewers fan or are you a bigger Packers fan?
Bigger Brewers fan.
Okay,
but
that's
still,
also why.
But
the game
still,
for the Packers matters more.
Still,
Literally
that doesn't
every
mean,
single
that
week.
doesn't mean a walk-off field goal from McManus is cooler than William Contreras hitting a 420-foot tank.
Okay,
He hit a 424-foot tank off a guy with an ERA of 7.
I don't care.
Okay, the action
It
of
was
a
rocked.
walk-off home run is probably more impressive and cooler, but in terms of importance, Brandon McManus, Green Bay Packers, all day, every day,
Are we
because
talking
every single
what's
game of the
cooler
season talks.
or what's more important?
Well, what do you want to see in person? Because I'm going to tell you this, if you saw McManus walk it off, you got a pep in your step on Monday.
Yeah, I have a pep in my step today from yesterday.
Do you really? Because then the Brewers are back at it tonight.
Yeah, and I get to see the Miz pitch tonight against former Brewer Freddie Peralta.
Maybe new Brewer, too. Freddie
potentially
Peralta.
returning Brewer Freddie Peralta, which that would rock.
All right, 844-770-3776. It's Carpet Talk text line. List is more. What is the best walk-off to see in person? Also, I have a question here. Do we have, is someone trying to, fake their identity on the talk and text line?
Why do you say that?
We'll hit that on the other side. This is Molly and Jim's Takeover of Wilde and Tausch.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've been telling you for a while now how much I love Pizza Hut, going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza for just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza, just $10. Take a look for yourself to find more deals on 2-liter soda, breadsticks, and much, much more. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to find more about this and a bunch of other great deals. The Throwback Value Menu, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight Solar now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Ready for some fun in the sun this season? Let's get house. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks, my favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
So I teased before the break that maybe we have someone trying to fake their identity on the Cardinals Talking text line, 844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. List is more. James in DeForest chimes in, when do Wilde and Tausch return? These two are not good. Mac, Oregon. What's going on? What are we even doing, Brad?
Yeah. What's going on?
You serious? So I don't know. You can just put your name on it. We're not going to ban you from being a part of the show, James in DeForest or Mac in Oregon. I don't know
which
what's
one do you
going
think he is? Would you rather be Mac in Oregon or James in DeForest?
I mean, I'm Jim in Oregon. I'm assuming it's not.
You're James in Oregon.
It's me. It's me. I did it. You solved the issue. You solved it, Molly. I hate us. Now it's time for therapy session. All right, Molly.
Perfect.
We talked about it before. We'll still take your calls on what's better to watch in person for a walk-off. Is it a home run? Is it a game-winning shot? Is it a game-ending football play? And I think that matters because it probably depends on the play. I'm going to go football number one because the weight of it is the most important, whether it's college football or NFL football. College basketball, the weight is more for a game-winning shot, even in the regular season, than it is for baseball or NBA basketball. So you can chime in, 844-770-3776. That's Carpet Talk text line. List is more. And, Riley, before the break there, kind of mentioned that Miz is pitching, and obviously ESPN Madison is the home of the Brewers, and obviously WTMJ is the flagship of the Brewers, so we'll have that game. And he's facing off against a familiar face in Freddie Peralta tonight. And I want to get to the Peralta aspect of it, but I do like to point out when I'm right, Molly.
Okay.
And,
of course you do.
Yes,
we all know you do.
Yes. And on Molly and Jim, after Miz had kind of a questionable start for Miz, he wasn't bad. I think it was his third to last start before the All-Star break. I'm counting the one he skipped or whatever. So after that start, there was 2 starts left for Miz. And I said, you know what? I think the Brewers should just shut him down because I believe he's already passed the amount of innings he's pitched last year. He already passed that this year. And he's a power arm. And he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. And the only thing that matters, and this is a compliment to the Brewers, and they have a comfortable lead as well in the NL Central, the only thing that matters is going deep into the playoffs. That's how we're judging the season, right? I mean, as Brewer fans, we got to be over the fact that, we won the division again. Cool. Not you have to hold the Brewers to the Packers standard of, go do something now, which is why I hope they do more than Peralta, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But Miz needed a break, and I thought they should have shut him down 2 starts before the All-Star break. Give him almost 2.5 weeks off because you got the All-Star break built in there. Now, they did one start, and it was with arm fatigue is why he's out, and he's pitching now, so obviously he's healthy. But I think the Brewers need to continue to find any small ways to keep Miz fresh because I don't want him anywhere near, or I guess he'll be somewhat near, but 200 innings? That's a lot for a first full season as a starter. And then you got to carry that in the playoffs, and you're going to be the guy that has to carry your team because if the Brewers are thinking we're going to go out and get Peralta and some others on the margins, well, that just means the Brewers aren't serious about going to win, and they're just going to try to brewer their way to a World Series, and that hasn't worked. So one of the things you better do for your only chance to go to the World Series is keep Miz healthy. Because if Miz isn't healthy, if Miz isn't at his peak,
that's it.
The Brewers are going nowhere in the playoffs. Absolutely nowhere in the playoffs.
But, okay, so baseball, they can pitch, what, every 5 days? Is that what it is? What's the rule here?
Roughly,
okay.
Yep.
So if they don't have other people besides Miz, though, like, doesn't that affect exactly what they do? I mean, I feel like that was like the case last year. It was like, okay, Freddie Peralta wasn't good. Like, there's so many. It's more than just one guy in baseball. Like, it's not like he's their starting quarterback. So, like, it's gonna, like, you need more than just him. And so I understand that you obviously need him healthy because you want him to play as much as he can in the postseason. But, like, beyond that, you need more to beef that up even more. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. And I don't know if Freddie Peralta's the man to do it. It's very much a Brewers move. It's very much a safe move. It probably won't cost them a ton of prospects. And it's not – Freddie's not pitching well, but he's not horrendous. He's not a full-on reclamation project where he's a bum, but he's not what he was with the Brewers.
Now, I'll call myself an outsider because I'm not dialed into the Brewers. I'm not super, like, I don't really care until the postseason, if I'm being honest, which even then it's like, okay, I want to see them play, see them perform well, all the things, but, like, it's not going to be devastating for me. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there's, like, this inkling of hope that, okay, the Brewers are going to bring him back potentially, and then he's going to be a star. I'm not saying like Miz level star, but the Brewers are somehow going to get him to shift around and end up being really good. Like, I feel like that's probably what Brewers fans are like holding on to and thinking that that's going to be like the perfect love story or something. Do you know what I mean? Riley, yep. I'm curious because you obviously are the Brewers aficionado on this show. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like you're holding on to like an inkling of hope of like, okay, he may not be doing well, but if they bring him back, you know, bring him into their little pitching camp and all the things, turn him around, and then it's a successful story? Like, is that what you're kind of holding out hope for, or where do you kind of land?
If the Brewers decide to bring back Freddie Peralta, I have the utmost confidence that you get him back in the pitching lab, he is going to be just fine. He's going to be comfortable pitching at American Family Field. He is going to be comfortable on this team. If Matt Arnold believes that Freddie Peralta, bringing him back, that's the move he needs to make to put the Brewers over the top and give them the ability to beat the Dodgers in the playoffs, I have the utmost confidence that it will succeed.
So if they did this, you're fine without they don't get a frontline guy.
Yeah, because Freddie, where does he slide in? Number 3? If Freddie Peralta's your third starter, given Kyle Harrison, which he seems to be fine, his arm, his elbow, whatever issue he's having doesn't appear to be really that serious.
Isn't he pushing a lot of innings for his career as well?
Exactly, which is why they put him
noting
on the
that Freddie Peralta's never thrown
IL.
180 innings in a regular season. Freddie Peralta's never done that. So, like, all these guys are pushing innings they don't normally hit.
Yeah, but I still believe in their ability. And
their ability is there. I'm not questioning it.
And I trust Pat Murphy to manage it as they move down the stretch of the season.
The one thing you have in your favor right now is that the Cubs are at arm's length. I believe it's 5 or 6 games. So you have that at your disposal. And the Cubs, they have less pitching. So I don't see the Cubs catching them. And the Cubs look like they're secured in that wild card, and the Brewers look like they're secured in the division.
And it's going to come down to the Dodgers.
Yes.
It comes down to, can you beat the Dodgers?
And can you be healthy? Can your arms be live enough? Because I think last year we all can agree the Brewers' arms looked dead for the most part against the Cubs. They looked shot. And then when they got to the Dodgers' biggest strength is their depth. They were just fresher. The Brewers looked cooked, like just out of gas, which is fine. It's not – teams run out of gas. If you're not the Dodgers, that's why the Dodgers are so great. It's not the top-line talent. Their top-line talent runs all the way through the roster. And so they're just deeper than everyone else. So, again, adding Peralta, I like the move. Adding Peralta as the move, I don't think that gets it done. The biggest thing for Peralta, and I hate to get big into numbers here, but, like, he is struggling, and it is his highest batting average against for him in his career, and he's not striking people out.
Denver Dan on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Remember, you can always watch us on the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee YouTube streams. He says, love Freddie, but he was traded for a reason. Does Freddie get you to the World Series, or are we just romantic about him because we quote-unquote raised him? And that's kind of what I was getting at, too.
Yes.
Like, I think, which, like, honestly, if I equate it to the team that I probably care the most about, in the Packers, probably, that I do care the most about. Like, of course, you're going to have, like, that romantic story of, like, bringing somebody back, like, and then you guys having success and all the things. But, like, as you guys were talking, I'm just thinking, is there any move that the Brewers can do that really makes you feel good about potentially defeating the Dodgers? Like, realistically, is there any move that they could do to make them the best team and give them the ability to beat the best team that is just this monster of an animal?
Skubal. Like, I'm sorry, if they go get him, I would put the Brewers as a team that can beat the Dodgers. Because I do think they are going to manage the innings for Miz as it goes along. And honestly, I would like both. Like, if the Brewers are serious, I don't think Peralta's going to cost you a lot, which speaks to, again, a classic Brewers move of, like, we're smarter than everyone else, and they are, for the most part. But adding Peralta and Skubal or one of the other, I don't know who else is exactly available as far as a frontline pitcher, but give me Peralta or give me two Peralta-type guys. That's what I want. Again, depth is what does it. And if you have Harrison, Mason Miller is another name that Robin Madison chimes in on it. I think Mason's on the back end. But, like, the Brewers do need some back end. They do need back end bullpen help as well. They need more arms. You always need more arms, and you need more zip in the arms, and you need more power arms, and you need someone that can carry you through because the Dodgers are going to be there. Atlanta's good too. I think the Brewers and every team always needs more pitching, and I guarantee the Dodgers are going to add more. They're going to do that.
Brandon on the YouTube stream says Peralta would be the typical Brewer move, bring him back and fix one small thing, and turns his season around.
Yeah, I don't think it definitely turns his season around. He's talking about Peralta, I don't know if ever he's never been Miz. He's never been Skubal. Like, he's never been that guy. Adding a guy like Peralta is great. I want more.
Yeah.
Because there is a question about how will Harrison, how will these other guys pitch as the season goes along? What's available to them? And also, to Riley's point, if you're going to try to manage the innings, well, if you're going to manage the innings, that means you need even more pitchers in the rotation or long bullpen arms to be able to get through these games. If you want to start cutting Miz down to 6, they did that a little bit last year too, to kind of keep his arm fresh, which I'm all for because you got a stronghold on the division, and the team behind you in the division, I just don't think they have the ammo to go out and beat you. So it's really about just trying to line yourself up correctly for the postseason here. So 844-770-3776. That's Carbus Talking text line. List is more. We got Eric in Green Bay talking about Freddie.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Fantastic, Eric. Good to hear from you.
Good. My concern with going after a guy like Freddie Peralta, I don't think the Brewers make that move to go deeper in the playoffs necessarily. Even on this program, Jesse Nelson last year actually had a pretty strong take about Peralta. In the playoffs, he is not a very reliable arm. And in all the playoff runs that I don't have his stats in front of me, but his ERA is up there in the playoffs, and he really hasn't delivered as a frontline clutch pitcher. Again, I think you guys mentioned getting him as a buy low. I think the biggest thing the Brewers need right now are innings to space out with Harrison hurt, with Miz's fatigue, obviously Woody's out for the year. I think the biggest thing right now they're chasing in the regular season is that 1 or 2 seed so they get a second round bye, be as healthy as they can for playoffs. But last year we saw the Dodgers. I don't think Skubal doesn't win you that series. The thing the Brewers need right now the most is a bat. And the tricky thing with that is I don't think there's a bat out there that is a clear and cut upgrade over any position. Like even Joey Ortiz right now, who is like the weakest spot in the lineup, the last month he's been playing really well. They're just in a really tricky spot right now.
They are, Eric. Thanks for the call. And yeah, a bat would help. And they do have a good lineup. When I think of bat, I think of a thumper, someone that can just change the game with one swing. And the Brewers, especially Yelich, is struggling as of late, and he's not hitting for a lot of power. So they could use some pop. And another guy that could just change the entire pace of a game with a home run is someone that I think would be super useful as well.
Yep.
844-770-3776. That's the Carbus Talk text line. This is more. Greg and Franklin chimes in. The cheapest billionaire in the world, Antanasio, needs to, that's not how he spelled it, needs to finally spend a little and get 2 real studs, a pitcher and clutch hitter for the playoffs. He's content with all the 3 million fools who will make him richer, just hoping to win. That's a bit strong from Greg.
And it's not just spending money. You're going to have to trade some high-end prospects.
I would like this opportunity here before Molly tells us about some exciting news with our Bucks podcast here. But I want to say this, that the Brewers have a perpetual cycle of budgeting. And that means you can't trade too many prospects because you're not really going to pay the guys on the back end because you can't afford to, or don't want to. I should probably say don't want to. So you can't trade too many prospects because they're the ones that have to backfill. When you let pitchers go, like Hader and all the others, then like all of a sudden like that, you need someone else to come in. And Peralta you let go. Obviously, like all these guys keep on coming through, and you have to have another pitcher to fill it, another hitter to fill it. And so you can't trade the young, controllable, cheap players because even Jackson Churio, yeah, they gave him a deal. He's cheap. The young guys they've paid, they're cheap for Major League Baseball players. Brewers are smart to pay them, but the Brewers operate on a way that they need the prospects to backfill because they're never going to pay a high-end salary. All that being said, two things to me should matter different this year. There's going to be no baseball next year, so who cares about prospects? And two, you got the best farm system in baseball, probably by a landslide. You can spare some prospects.
Well, my question, Riley, for you is, and fans like you, is like, don't you just want to see the Brewers go all in, literally all in, spend the money, make the trades, do whatever you have to do to win? Like, this is a crazy season that is happening. You have the best pitcher in baseball in the Miz. Like, you have so many things to be proud of. Don't you just want them to just fork out the cash, make the risky trades, just do it and try? Like, I would be dying for my team to try to do that.
Yes, as long as you don't mortgage the entire future.
But they have
one season.
But hold on. But we talked about it a few months ago when we were like, wouldn't a Brewers World Series be literally the biggest thing to happen right now in the state of sports in the state of Wisconsin, right? Like, in order to do that, they need to do more than what they've been doing for the last how many decades? Like, you need to do something and just do it out of the box, win one time, and who cares if you're not good for the next 5 years? Who cares? You've got a World Series. But they are going to be good.
It's not like they're losing. Like, they have a lot of players under contract. It's one of these things. It's like, one, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But it also just is like this old Family Guy thing of like, well, do you want a boat? Do you want an ace? Or do you want the mystery box of prospects? But I got a lot of mystery boxes. I don't know the size. The boxes don't look the size of a boat, but they could be a boat. So why would I trade possible boats to get a yacht when I have the possibility of multiple boats?
Yeah, but it's more like, okay, we have Jesus Madej, top prospect. He could be Derek Jeter, or we can trade him for half a year of Tarek Skubal. Like, it's a rental.
But what if the half a year of Tarek Skubal gets you a World Series? What happens?
Obviously, if you get a World Series, it's all moot.
You got to have a pair of onions and go do it. Every team that goes win the World Series, they trade good players to get better players that are ready to go, and nobody cares. I don't care. The Cubs traded people for Chapman and others. I don't care. I don't know who they are. They probably were good prospects. I don't care. CC Sabathia traded for the Brewers. Nobody cares about Michael Brantley or Matt LaPorta. CC Sabathia's got his face on the wall.
Yes, but you still.
But what?
It's not a guarantee. It's not just.
It's not guaranteed, Riley.
You get a half a year of Tarek Skubal. That's the World Series. Dodgers. Hopefully,
I would imagine.
Gets hurt.
Now, you're too young for this, but I would imagine that there's so many Brewer fans out there that would say their favorite Brewer season of all time, and obviously they've had a couple runs deeper in the playoffs, was the CC Sabathia year. Because not only was it awesome, and he was the best pitcher in baseball, hands down, like somehow CC Sabathia in that run is better than Miz is now, and Miz is amazing. And Miz is the best player in baseball. CC Sabathia was better. And what it signified, though, Riley, why it made it so different and special, was that the Brewers gave a damn. It was very similar to Reggie White coming to Green Bay.
Damn right now is absurd. Daniel the Landscaper makes a great point, makes a great Packers comp on the Carbless Talk and text line. Micah Parsons, Jordan Love, Xavier McKinney. Those are big swings. Massive swings.
Yeah,
what
and you know what?
done yet?
You know what? Brian Gutekunst one is off my you-know-what list because he got Micah Parsons. You went and got the best player in football right now to go win a championship. You're at least trying to win a championship. Is it going to work out? Who knows? But thank God they got him. Thank God they did.
I agree.
And also, with the whole Micah thing, obviously, he freaking tore his ACL, ruptured his knee, whatever you want.
He was amazing.
Yeah, but you have him long-term. What if Scooble throws out his arm first start?
Then it happens. But at least
That's
you can
life.
feel like
That's life.
at least you can feel like your organization is doing everything within their power in order to win a championship. You don't just feel like, Jim, you always say it's but the budget Olympics, right? Antanasio is trying to win the budget Olympics, and he does a great job at it every single year. But if I am a Brewers fan, I want my team to do whatever they possibly can when you have all of these things lining up this season in order to win a championship. Because why the hell not?
We have G-Town Woody chimes in. Your beloved Cubs spend a lot of money every year. How's that working for you? They don't spend enough, G-Town. If you listen to me, I want them to spend like the Dodgers. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, the Cubs should save their money for a rainy day. No, you're billionaires, Rick. Spend all your money. I want owners of teams to spend money like they give a damn about winning the whole damn thing. Any team. The Packers are doing a good job of it. Now, if you don't think the people spending the money are good at their jobs, then move on from them. But that's not a discussion with Matt Arnold.
No.
Correct?
He's incredible.
No, Matt Arnold's amazing.
Yes.
Right. So, again, you have one of the best minds in baseball in Matt Arnold. You have the best pitcher in baseball in Miz. You have a very deep lineup. It could use some thump, but it's still a very deep lineup. You have a manager who has the pulse of this team probably more than anyone else in all of baseball. And I'm sorry, if you're a fan that sits here and says, I'd rather keep the mystery box than go get the boat, I don't think you're serious about winning a World Series.
Tonight on 94.5 ESPN, listen to History Made as Thanasis Antetokounmpo and his show, Thanalysis, celebrates the 5-year anniversary of the Milwaukee Bucks NBA championship. Hear conversations with Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, Brooke Lopez, and more. Plus, you'll hear never before told story about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his rehab schedule to get back on the court in time for the finals. History Made tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, presented by Visit Milwaukee and Good Health Saunas.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin's new offensive line coach Eric Mateos joined the jump around Thursday afternoon, and he believes Badgers fans will be proud of what they see from his unit this season.
You never know exactly how everything's going to go before a season. There's so many factors and unknowns, but I know this, when they watch these boys play, they're going to see some really tough, mean SOBs that are going to get on the line for the Badgers and the state of Wisconsin and the university. And they're going to be proud of the toughness and the physicality that they see on the field.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tausch here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
The best summer moments aren't always planned, and that's why Carbless is made for whatever's next. Delivering bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail, Carbless is ready to go wherever summer takes you. With 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and only 100 calories, it fits seamlessly into your lifestyle so that you can enjoy every summer moment with Bliss. And while you're making the most of the season, try the limited-time Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack or the Lemon Iced Tea 4-pack before they're gone. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find your Bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Eric in Green Bay brings something to my attention that is correct. He chimed in on the Carbless Stock text line 844-770-3776. List is more. He says, you'll never see an effort from a player that comes anywhere near what CeCe did in 08. Heading into free agency, pitched on minimal rest and went as deep as possible in every game. And he is right. But it did remind me that CeCe Sabathia reminds me a little bit. What was your concern about Skubal?
That he could get injured.
But, what else that he's heading into free agency that he's not yours afterwards?
Yes.
So, CeCe Sabathia, who pitched on short rest, ace-level pitcher, came to the Milwaukee Brewers, heading into free agency. He won 11-2 with a 1.65 ERA, 7 complete games. Honestly, insane. He was, like I said, Miz is the best pitcher in baseball, and CeCe was better during his time with the Brewers when he pitched 130 innings with them. I've never seen 130 innings pitched by anyone for any team than what CeCe Sabathia brought. And I'm sorry, you add Skubal to this team with Miz. This team now has a legitimate chance to beat the Dodgers and go win the World Series. If you don't, I don't think you're doing it.
Well, Johnny on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says, is it impossible to win the World Series as the Brewers are?
I don't like the chances.
I think when you have a team like the Dodgers that are just this monster in the MLB, they are the team that you have to beat, and they spend so much money, have so many incredible players. To me, you can't win if you're not competing in that sense.
And it's more of you're doing the same thing over and over again. Every year you're close. But let's not forget, Atlanta is very good. Atlanta could mess up the Brewers. There's going to be wild card teams that could mess up the Brewers. And yeah, you can point to the Mets, but obviously the Mets are a mess and they spent their money wrong. What does that have to do with the Brewers? I'm not saying the Brewers have to spend the most money in baseball. I'm not saying the Brewers have to be dumb about trading prospects, but the Brewers have the deepest and best farm system in all of baseball. They have a team poised to compete with the Dodgers to go to the World Series. And the point of the whole damn thing is to win the World Series.
Right.
And with the lockout looming, maybe you get a guy like Skubal who's willing to push it a little bit more because he knows he's going to have more time to recover. Because we are not playing baseball next year anytime soon. So I think the Brewers should go do it. I think that they're a few players away. And I'll look at this. Most teams that go and win the World Series, including the Dodgers, still make moves that matter. So sitting on your hands or making moves in the margins, and Peralta's helpful, but then I want 2 Peralta-type players. Or I want Peralta and a closer, or Peralta and a bat. Like if you want to tell me you're going to go with getting Peralta, and then you're going to add a bat, a thumper. I don't care if the guy hits 225 or 220. If they are hitting home runs at a clip that most Brewers don't hit it at, take it. I think you could use a bullpen arm, whether it's a closer or not. We'll talk more about this on the other side. This is Molly and Jim. Take over Wilde and Tausch.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update. Brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. How sweet it is, the Milwaukee Brewers walked off the Miami Marlins yesterday afternoon by a score of 3-1, their third consecutive comeback against the Marlins, who have now lost 6 straight. The Brewers moved to 62-37 on the season. Robert Gasser had himself a nice little start, going 5 innings, only giving up 3 hits, 1 earned run, while striking out 5. And William Contreras, speaking of a little thump, he provided it in the bottom of the 9th, hitting a 3-run home run to dead center to walk it off for the Crew. Milwaukee takes on the New York Mets tonight. Jacob Mizorowski taking on former Brewer Freddie Peralta. Going to be a good one. You won't want to miss it.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
You should be going further than getting a 7 seed and not winning a playoff game. That is a fact. You should be getting further with this team that you have.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
You think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said
field?
it 3 times. 5
Okay,
and 5.
Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
It's good to hear you're still a positive person after working with Jim for as long as you have.
Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Welcome into Molly and Jim. This is the takeover of Wilde and Tausch. We are presented by Coors Light. So the mountains are always blue, and sometimes, Molly, we are chill. Some of the talk and text line has been chill. 844-770-3776. The Carbostock text line list is more. Some has been a bit intense. We are asking the question, basically, do the Brewers need to do more to go win the World Series? 844-770-3776. That's Carbostock text line list is more. I think they need to do more than Peralta. If you want to do Peralta and, okay, I'll do Peralta and.
Well, it also, I know we talked about how wonderful of a story and all the romanticizing of bringing Freddie Peralta back, but, what happens if he's just still not good like he has been?
Yeah, his strikeout rate is the lowest it's been in his career, and the batting average against him is the highest it's been in his career. Is that fixable? Sure. He's also not horrendous, but so you might be able to get on a bargain, and then even if you make him 25% better. But if you're taking Peralta, and this is the difference here, if you're trying to get Peralta if you're the Brewers and you're saying this is our guy, this is the one that's going to push us over the top, I am buying it. If you're telling me you're going to get Peralta and you're adding another bullpen arm that's legit, or another bat, or both those things, okay. Right. Or go get Skubal and then let the rest fall where it may. Because if you have Skubal and Miz, Harrison, all right, good luck. Good luck, Dodgers. I like your chances because pitching is the one thing I think can mitigate a great team. And those pitchers would mitigate a great team. Let's get out to Z in the D, 844-770-3776. Carlos Talk text line list is more. We haven't heard from Z in the D in a while. Z, how you doing?
Howdy doody, my friends.
Howdy.
It's been a hot minute since I've done that. I've just been laying low in the weeds. I get done with work around 4, so I'm sorry I don't listen as much as I used to. But I got the blueprint here, and I'm hoping that the Milwaukee Brewers are listening because this is what the Dodgers do. I don't know if they actually fake injuries or if players actually get injured, but what they do with their starting pitchers, if you look at the last 3 years, none of their starting pitchers appear more than or start 25 games or more, and the Milwaukee Brewers are dragging their starting pitchers. Freddie Peralta last year was 33 games started. You looked at Chad Patrick was at 27. Miz was obviously below that threshold because he was behind. He got called up later in the year. Quinn Priester was 29 games, but none of the Dodgers pitchers ever throw more than 25 games, 24 games. You look at Yamamoto. You look at 2 years ago they had Julio Urias, who I don't even think is in the league anymore. They had Dustin May. You look at all their starting pitchers, none of them throw over 25. So if you're the Milwaukee Brewers, you're holding back on Mizorowski. You're going to let him just figure it out. Let him just chill in the weeds. Let him get his arm back. Same thing with Kyle Harrison. You want these guys to make it in October. Get into September, that's awesome. But you want to win in October so you can have the whole thing in November. So you want to just lay back. And that also goes with your also position players. Dodgers, I think the most games played was like at 100 to 130, 131 to 125. Even Mookie Betts last year, I think, was at 110. You want your starter players to get some rest here. So you want to fill in those young guys whenever you can. Get them in, but make sure you get those quality at-bats. But you don't want your guys going over more than 120 games because this is where September they're starting to drag a little bit. And you kind of could tell at the All-Star break when you lose 3 games against Pittsburgh is that they're kind of looking forward to that little 5-day break. And now you saw them come up against the Marlins. They're all refreshed. They're hitting the ball, playing well, even a walk-off. So you want to give your players a little break. And I know Pat Murphy knows what he wants to do, and I understand he wants the best team out there, and he will put the best team out there. But at some point, you do have to treat these guys, pamper them a little bit, and lessen their playing time so when you get to October, they're all ready to roll.
Thank you, Z and the D. A lot of great points there. And look, the Brewers do a very good job of this, and I think we want to be clear. The Brewers are very good, and the Brewers are the best team in the National League Central. Has a case for the best team in the regular season in the National League, and they're a team that is primed to go deep in the playoffs. But this is a team that every year, for the last few years, which is a credit to them, looks like this team. The team that's like, hey, we're right there, but we're requiring a lot of young guys, whether it's lack of experience in these positions, whether it is we're asking them to do something physically they haven't done ever. And to me, I get being calculated in your risk. And a lot of fans are chiming in here and talking about how the Mets and Cubs or whatever teams spend more and do less. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't spend a little bit more. Matt Arnold is legitimately has a case for the best GM in all of baseball. The Brewers have one of the best organizations as far as developing players. So,
you talked about Pat Murphy earlier.
Yes,
he's an incredible figure in there too. Yeah.
So all these things are true. So I'd rather spend too much to go win a World Series than look for a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, because the payoff is incredible. If you win the World Series, we talked about this before, if you win it, that is going to be the best thing to happen in Wisconsin sports in a long, long time.
And from a fan's perspective, and obviously teams shouldn't operate like this, but you touched on it before with Goody, that Goody's getting a pass for a little bit now because he went out the last few years, got Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney, and then obviously went and swung big for Micah Parsons. So you can't look at him and say he's not putting his money where his mouth is when he says that we need to do things in the offseason and we need to be serious about winning a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he might have the wrong quarterback for that, but he's at least spending the money, spending the draft capital to go make the Packers have the best chance they can to go to the Super Bowl. And fans are quiet, rightfully so. You don't hear the same chirping about the Packers not being active enough in the offseason.
Right. Pretending like we're always in the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is a quiet offseason, and we'll see what happens, but and I don't think there's another Micah move coming for the Packers, but I think fans, look, we talk about the Bucks. Giannis is goated and will have a gold statue outside of Pfizer Forum, and Horst still has a job because he got the title. I mean, the man can't figure out how to sign a contract or not violate collective bargaining deals or make a draft pick, but he still has a job because he won a title. And he made the risky moves. And sometimes they work, Drew Holiday. Sometimes they're an abject disaster, Dame Lillard. And the Dame Lillard disaster is the horrific stretch, not the trade for him. It was the let's just double down on our stupidity and let's pay a man $20 million a year not to play for us. But like all those things aside, there's still a title. And I will stand by this. Nothing will mean more to the state of Wisconsin than a Brewers World Series.
I mean, not for me, but
844-770-3776. Carl Talk text line list is more. The Brewers World Series is the most important title for the state of Wisconsin to win.
Yes!
The Brewers are a statewide team. The Bucks are not. The Packers are. And the Packers, obviously, it's football, and it matters. But, look, man, Brewers fans, they're in it. They love it. It's like I said, I was at the game, and I was pretty chill, pretty having a decent time and talking with my kids, explaining the game to them. I kind of like how what's the word here? Like, I don't get any anxiety. I don't get worked up for a baseball game. I kind of enjoy that. But the Brewer fans there, man, they loved it. They were in it. They were yelling and screaming. When Contreras hit the home run, they were losing their minds. So, like, this is a fanatic fan base that absolutely loves their team that deserves a World Series, without a doubt. 844-770-3776. It's Carl Talk text line. List is more. This is the Molly and Jim takeover of Wilde and Tausch.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, as sports fans, we always hope our teams get to prove that they're the best at what they do. And guess who's proven over the last several years that they are a best of Madison operation? You got it. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Zimbrick's service team takes great care of my vehicle anytime I need to bring it in. For serious issues or just for routine maintenance. Tune-ups, battery checks, tire rotations, oil changes, and much more. They're going to make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape so you don't get stranded on the side of the road. And of course, if you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Zimbrick Chevrolet is the perfect place to start your search. Stop by the dealership or even begin the process online from anywhere at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. There are always great offers to take advantage of each month. View inventory, schedule a service appointment, and learn more about all Zimbrick Chevrolet has to offer that makes them a best of Madison operation. Call or click at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tausch here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Is it rude to say to a teammate, Riley, wow, you house that, when you're talking about coffee?
No, just, well, you didn't have to add in the part about coffee.
Well, then it would have been rude.
I don't think it's rude. At least, you know, from like a man's perspective, if I'm eating a burger or a steak or something and someone's like, dude, you house that. I'm like, damn right I did.
Yeah,
no,
but like
fair,
from a female perspective?
I'm not saying if Molly ate a burger, I don't care if she ate that in 3 bites. I am not saying, wow.
Say, that's a fat joke if you say that.
Right,
That is 100% a fat joke if you say, you house that.
That's why I preface from the male perspective.
Yes.
I think that's cool. I appreciate hearing that.
It's not like, you know, like, would you go up to Jesse Nelson, Molly, and say, wow, you house that meatloaf from Buck and Honey's, which he's been known to do at lunch, like a psychopath.
Spanky's meatloaf, Jesse. You house that Spanky's meatloaf, bro. Yeah, that's fair. Jesse is also definitely not somebody that houses food. Like, he is the person, like, he's
like a mouse, he just scrolls it away?
he's what I want to be. You know how they tell you, like, eat slow, so then you can, like, that's good for, like, losing weight and, like, feeling actually full and, like, knowing your limits.
Why does eating slow matter for you losing weight? I feel like you eat fast, burn some calories while you eat.
Maybe, I don't know. But Jesse is definitely somebody that takes a little bite, like, eats it fully, swallows, does it again. Like, he is that person.
Like a psychopath.
Yes. But also, the fact that you said, I house my coffee, it is 10:30 in the morning. I got that coffee at 8:30 in the morning. That is 1 cup of coffee over 2 hours. That's not housing your coffee.
All right, so speaking of Spanky's meatloaf, I was at...
Go on.
I was at Buck and Honey's yesterday in Monona. Love it. Man, that place is
Such
fantastic.
a good spot. Did you eat outside or inside?
We ate inside because we were at the Brewer game.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
that's
at the Dane County Fair on Saturday, and I was over the sun.
A lot of outside time.
Yeah. So we were exhausted after we didn't do anything except watch the game and cook in the sun yesterday. It was a great time at the Brewers game. But then on the way home, we're like, we need to eat, and let's just treat ourselves. So we ate at Buck and Honey's. Amazing experience. The server was awesome. Everything was great. So shout out to Buck and Honey's. Even the kids got some ribs there. They had a great time. So we did an appetizer, did the full meal and chocolate cake, the whole thing. And I do want to talk about Jesse and the Dane County Fair in a minute, Molly, but let me tell you this, and you can chime in 844-770-3776. Carbos Talk text line list is more. When you were a kid, you went out to restaurants. Did you get desserts?
No, definitely not.
No, same.
No.
Nope.
We have dessert at home.
Never did.
Right, exactly. And it's funny, like, my wife and I, we got the dessert, and I was like, and the girls were kind of snooty about it, because, like, oh, you picked the chocolate cake? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to pick what I want, but we share it. So I'm like, why did my parents act like, and maybe desserts are more expensive back in the day, that this was, like, the price of a whole nother meal? Because it was, like, $9.
Yeah, it's, like, half the price, I feel like.
It was, like, $9, and all four of us shared it. Like, it's just, like, to get a little taste of something sweet. Like, it's not to, like, fill your belly. So I was like, great, we'll pick one dessert and we'll share it. So for what, $2.25 each, we got the dessert.
That's fair. I feel like for me, it's more of like I'm just full for my meal and I don't need a chocolate cake.
Nobody needs chocolate cake.
100%. But like even like I don't even have the room for chocolate cake.
Do you know when I used to be a server and bartender, the move was that some people would come in. I don't know. This was like, it's not pre-internet. I'm not that old, but like it was before the internet was super popular. They would do the dessert first because they wanted dessert. And so instead of gorging themselves, instead of getting an appetizer, they would get a dessert and then
psychotic
order their meal.
behavior.
I kind of like that.
No, that's psychotic.
I like that.
No, because who wants something sweet before you eat like something savory? No. Why would you do that? Unless you came in just for like dessert and drinks. That makes sense.
No, they can't. They would get like dessert and then steak.
That's crazy to me. That is psychotic behavior.
Would
they finish the steak?
Bit. What's that?
Would they finish the steak?
I can't remember. The part that stood out was how they ordered. I didn't track if everyone. I don't have a book full of like Bob and Tom finished their meal. Judy and Billy did not.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy behavior. I would never.
844-770-3776. It's Carpet Talk text line. This is more.
Let me get a creme brulee and then some pickle chips. Like what?
You don't do the pickle chips. You don't do it. That's your appetizer.
Okay, let me get some creme brulee and then a cheesy
fancy
bacon
pants
cheeseburger
over here.
or something.
Creme brulee. Ooh, la la.
Yeah. I've had creme brulee one time from Roost Chris. And it was delicious.
It's fantastic. And you can crack it with a spoon. That's how you know it's super fancy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it's got that like glaze on top.
Okay, and I'm the fancy one. Meanwhile, he's telling us how to crack a creme brulee because he's done it multiple times. But
Maybe
I
made it because I worked in restaurants.
You did not make it.
No, I didn't make it. I wasn't much of a cook.
I'm getting the lemon meringue.
I just slang the drinks and made people entertain people. I was good. I was good at it. All right, so 844-770-3776. I'll tell you about how Jesse stole $30 from me on the other side, but I do want to know, the guy, when he gets here next, when is that, like August? When does Jesse work again?
He took off a week before training camp because he does a lot during training camp like Jason does.
Right. So whenever Jesse returns sometime mid-August, September time, he owes me $30. I'll talk about that on the other side, but I would love to know, do you or have you ever gotten a dessert before your meal? This is the Molly Jim Takeover, Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buckin' Honeys. We'll see you there.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Hey, it's Owen Dimple. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports in local communities.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Molly and Jim every weekday from 4 to 6 and follow ESPN Madison on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited, your local window installation pros.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Molly and Jim filling in for Wilde and Tausch. And I want to get to the underachieving Green Bay Packers in a minute, Molly Brown. But Jesse Nelson owes me $30 because I think so. I went to the Dane County Fair on Saturday. Our good friend and teammate Carly got us some ride passes so we could talk about the experience on the air and talk about it on socials and stuff. So for a few years now, I take my girls to do the ride passes. You got 2 ride passes for your kids, and I got 2 for my kids. And
didn't take mine for what it's worth.
On Saturday, that stings a little bit because nothing bothers me more than money I didn't have to spend.
Yes.
Like it bothered me for like a good hour and a half because like I can afford it, but like I wasn't supposed to spend this and I didn't have to spend this, so like I'm annoyed.
Oh, I feel the same way about my $40 parking ticket that I just got the other day.
Oh yeah, parking tickets.
Hence why I haven't paid it yet because I'm just like it's a principle. I don't want to pay it.
Yeah, parking tickets, expenses, even if you can pay them that were not necessary, are always going to drive me insane.
You think about all the things you could do with that money. Where I'm like, $40. I could go buy like a new pair of shoes. I could go buy like a pair of pants.
Right.
I could go do I could go take my kid to the Dane County Fair.
Exactly. So I get there and they're like, "Oh, you're only one of these works." And I was like, "How is that possible?" Carly emailed us and like you printed it, and I was like, "There's no way Molly's here by like 11 o'clock, like and accidentally used the wrong one." She's like, "Well, it was used Friday at 1 o'clock." And I don't know if you've seen the movie or the show Seinfeld, where it's like Newman. That's what I thought immediately when they said it was used Friday at 1 o'clock. I thought Jesse, because now I just picture Jesse Nelson because he was a part of like the ESPN Fan Fest at the Dane County Fair on Friday. Now I normally go on Friday. But we didn't. It was like an ashtray outside, or like a restaurant in 1989 where it was just smoking section everywhere outside. Yep. So we were like, all right, we're not going to go on Friday. Kids going free and all that kind of stuff. But we're like, well, I'll just take him on Saturday, just me and the girls. And so I heard it was 1 o'clock something on Friday. I'm like, you know what? Jesse might have wrapped up his announcer thing or whatever he was doing for the Dane County Fair, and then just went on some rides. Like I just picture him like getting a funnel cake. then a
You think he just rides by himself?
Yeah, like a corn dog, like eating a corn dog, riding rides by himself. Like I just pictured Jesse Nelson at the Dane County Fair, riding the Ferris wheel, the blizzard.
He does look like the kid from Up.
Yeah,
so it totally tracks.
Teacup, flying elephants, the merry-go-round. He seems like a merry-go-round guy. The big swings that go up in the air, and I just pictured Jesse just whee on the company dime, on my dime, using my free pass to go to the Dane County Fair and have. So actually, it's not even mine. He took it out of my 9-year-old's hand. Jesse Nelson took free rides out of my 9-year-old's hand so he could just go willy-nilly, Nelly Nelson all over the ride, the slide, the whole thing. So I think Jesse Nelson stole my free pass and just rode rides by himself at the Dane County Fair after, quote-unquote, working there on Friday. What do we think?
So it could go one of two ways. I could see Jesse totally riding rides by himself, eating a corn dog by himself, getting a giant lemonade all by himself, doing all the things, just giving himself gut rot. I can totally see him doing that. But I could also see Jesse being like anti-rides because they're scary. And it involves like some kind of risk. I could see him being like, nah, not happening.
You get scared, Jesse.
Yes. 844-770-3776. It's Carl Stock text line. List is more. I want to know, do you think Jesse Nelson stole my free ride pass and rode rides by himself at the Dane County Fair? Riley, where do you land on this?
Knowing Jesse, I doubt he, intentionally stole anything from your 9-year-old.
You don't know Jesse very well.
Maybe not. No, he was working there. If I'm in his shoes, am I taking anything from a 9-year-old? No. But am I also taking advantage of the fact that I am in the fair for free and going and grabbing an elephant ear or a fried Oreo?
What's an elephant ear?
Just a giant piece of fried dough with powdered sugar. It's like a funnel cake, but not squiggly.
Oh, interesting.
844-770-3776. What is an elephant ear?
You would house an elephant ear.
Debatable. I'm more of a savory kind of gal. Now, if there was
elephant
like something.
Ears are good.
Okay.
I would recommend.
Like meat on a stick?
Fried Oreos,
Meat on a
fried
stick, count me in.
Twinkies, probably better. I was always a big Rock County Fair guy. I'd help my friends show goats, and I loved walking around the fair.
Of course you did.
Getting cheese curds at the dairy cart, riding the rides where it like stuck you to the wall and went around in a circle.
Never. They had that at Bay Beach when I was a kid in Green Bay. They still do, I think.
What's that?
The like circle one that like
it goes
puts
super
you against
fast
the wall.
and you like stick to the wall.
No, I call that the throw-up machine. No, absolutely not. My girls won't ride it. My girls are pretty adventurous. They will not ride that one. It's the throw-up machine. I cannot. I mean, I
like that one. Then you get the employee, the carny will like start walking along the walls while it's going. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
what?
Look, there was one carnival person.
Carnies are nuts.
Doing push-ups.
It's like you're calling out carnival person. You're like, I don't know if it's offensive.
I don't feel comfortable saying.
What? I don't know.
Carnies are people too.
Someone chime in if that's a derogatory term.
Or don't.
So. Like one was doing push-ups, like while the teacups were rolling and everything. Like another guy was like on his phone, like talking to someone else. And I'm gonna give you a pro tip right now: don't watch any Final Destination movie before you take your kids to the fair.
Did you do that?
Yeah, for like laughs. My wife and I watched.
Well, that was kind of dumb.
The last
for laughs.
Well, Final Destination Bloodlines, because they're so ridiculous. They always come up with the most.
You know what? When I see lumber on the back of a semi, I'm like, that thing is going to go through my windshield.
Mm-hmm. True.
Oh, tanning bed, not getting electrocuted in there from
Someone
a fish tank or whatever it was.
Bent in half in the MRI machine in this one.
Hey, you know what happened a couple months ago? That dude got sucked in by the MRI machine because of his necklace or something.
Well,
Don't you remember hearing about that?
I do. Actually.
Okay.
So, anyways,
Final Destination, real. Continue.
It's so over the top gory. And so over the top on how these people die that, like, all right, it's not really a horror movie. It's almost like Cocaine Bear at this point where you're like, this is kind of funny. So the whole time at the fair, I was like, all right, we are just like a half an inch because as these carnival workers are just taking down, setting up the machine over and over and over again, they're human beings. Like, we're good with this. Like, they're just going to take these death traps on wheels and set them up over and over again in every town. That's why I don't really like carnival rides. I'd much rather go to, like, Great America because it's like, it's there, and like I would imagine people check it.
It's a little more stable.
Then like I don't want to see.
I feel like I've heard that like carnival rides are like safer than Disneyland because they actually get checked.
Really? Because
allegedly,
I just don't love like driving down the road and like driving next to the Ferris wheel. that I'm going to ride. Like
Right.
it's a little bit unsettling. So Jamie in Orlando says Gravitron was the enclosed one.
Yes.
That's the name
Yep,
of it.
yep.
So 844-770-3776. Carlos Talk text line list is more. Again, I don't really do rides. Jesse, Rob Madison says Jesse's scared of a landfill. He can't ride. He can't handle a teacup ride.
You get scared.
Yeah.
He
So.
probably does. Tilt-A-Whirl's the one that I couldn't go on.
Yeah,
I threw up on my brother on that at Bay Beach back in the day. Can't go on it to this day. Nope, I'm good. Anything that spins, I'm out on.
Yeah, again, spinning.
Do they have like the zipper at the Dane County Fair?
What's the zipper?
It's the one that goes up in the air and like you're in like a cage kind of thing with like a seat, and then those spin while you go around.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
I accidentally, and this wasn't my fault, I traumatized my oldest last year because her and her friend were like, what would you ride? And I'm like, this one's open. Like, go do it. Because I knew if they like waited in line, they would like freak out about it. I'm like, just go. And the guy's like, yeah, go ahead and get in.
Oh, boy.
But the carnival worker decided, didn't do his job properly and didn't buckle them. Like all the,
No way.
So they were like tumbling on
No.
each other. Yeah. And they're like, came out like crying. And I was
Okay.
like, my bad.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I can't imagine not being like strapped in.
Right.
What the
Or
hell's
like
wrong
they
with
weren't
you?
strapped in tight enough or something.
Oh,
Or,
my
like,
gosh.
They were just falling all over each other. So
I'm getting dizzy as we talk about this.
yeah, I can't. I'm just one that I can't do it. Like, I think I could do something that's fast. Like the girls do the blizzard, and I'm like, no. You go forward and backwards in a circle. I'm like, you might as well. Do you want me to? I can just throw up here on the ground, and then we can just call. You get the same experience.
Denver Dan on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says, I enjoy rides that are structurally connected to the earth, not made to relocate.
Right.
It's honestly fair.
Also, I do wish we need more fairs on grass.
Yeah, why is it on like concrete, right? Blacktop? Especially when it's night. That's part of the reason we didn't go, because I saw that it was like 87 degrees or something. I'm like, it is hot. It is in the middle of a parking lot.
No shade. There's not like I was trying to find shade because my 13-year-old she's old enough where like she doesn't want me around, but also there's a 9-year-old there / they want me like there just in case,
Okay.
but like not really around.
Yeah.
So I had to be like the weirdo at the fair because like
You're like 20 feet behind your kids.
well, I was like creeping on him for a little bit. Then Rosie got mad for that. So then I just sat on a bench. So I'm just like this weirdo in the ride section listening to an audiobook at the fair, cooking in the sun, like dying because there's nowhere to hide. But like I couldn't like justify going inside because it was too far.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I can't just leave them. I'm going to get in trouble with my wife if I do that because they're going to tattletale on me. So I'm like, I'll just sit out here and cook.
Yeah.
And so I cooked in the sun for like 5 hours because the fair's a great time, especially for kids. But
And you don't ride any of the rides.
no, I only had one wristband. Maybe if Jesse didn't steal my wristband,
You're like, I'm not spending
I would have
another
bought
30.
myself one. But no, I didn't ride any of the rides either. So just cooking. And the girls barely acknowledged my existence. I texted Rosie and I'm like, you just every half an hour just come by and say hello so I know you're not stolen.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of like there. So like I had to like barely acknowledge that they existed. But every time they came over, I like wanted to make it clear to people around me that they were my children. So I wasn't like this weirdo. Like
a single man just at the fair by himself, not even riding
I'm a
rides
man.
in
I'm
a backwards
sorry.
hat and AirPods.
Just and eating a funnel cake and drinking my lemonade. The Adam Madison says Jim was the big sweaty guy inhaling funnel cakes, ?
Were you? You were everything that you hate this weekend.
I was sweaty. I don't think I was big, Adam. Jeez.
What color shirt were you wearing? Don't say gray.
What color? What was I wearing? Oh no, I was wearing a shirt from Deerfield Beach. So it was like I forgot I had it. Like I found it in the closet. I'm like, hey, look at this. So it was like a teal, like a bright teal.
And like your flower hat or what?
No flower hat.
Okay, thank God.
I wore my Oklahoma City hat.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's why I wore the Brewer game too. It's a good sweat hat.
Okay.
You gotta have a hat for sweat.
It's gross.
You gotta have a good sweat hat. All right, we'll talk about the Packers and their underachieving nature next.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at only $1,499, or get $500 off Beauty Rest Black King adjustable base sets, only at Steinhoffel's. Wisconsin's new offensive line coach Eric Mateos joined the jump around Thursday afternoon, and he believes Badgers fans will be proud of what they see from his unit this season.
You never know exactly how everything's going to go before season. There's so many factors and unknowns, but I know this, when they watch these boys play, they're going to see some really tough, mean SOBs that are going to get on the line for the Badgers and the state of Wisconsin and the university, and they're going to be proud of the toughness and the physicality that they see on the field.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Mark Tausch here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
This summer, turn up the tradition. Join us July 24th through 26th at the Henry Meyer Festival Park for German Fest Milwaukee. Experience authentic German food, live music, cultural exhibits, family fun, the Pink Energy Run, Dachshund Derby, and backed by popular demand, Vox Club. Then kick off the weekend at our opening ceremony on Friday, July 24th at 5 p.m. in the Oktoberfest tent. We have a special surprise planned that you won't want to miss. Plus, be part of our history at the first ever German Fest Polka Mass. For more info, visit GermanFest.com.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Molly and Jim, the takeover, Wilde and Tausch continues. We've talked some Brewers baseball and talked about Jesse Nelson stealing a ride pass from my 9-year-old. And what else have we talked about here? Oh, yeah, food. Talked about some food here as well. So
Housing food,
yes. 844-770-3776. It's Carbon Talk text line. List is more. We also talked about walk-offs, and we'll get back to that in a little bit. But all that is available on the ESPN Wisconsin app, and you can see it on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream if you missed it. This is from The Athletic on Friday. It was doing over-unders, and they have the Packers under 9.5. And here's what they put in there that got me thinking a little bit here. The Packers seemingly underachieve every year. They lost a couple of receivers, and defensive star Micah Parsons is still recovering from his knee injury. Jordan Love will have a handful of great games like he always does, and the defense will be decent enough to get us to 9. It's going to be close, but you won't be able to say cheese.
That was so funny.
It was the underachieving line that got me there. And I think it's fair to say, too, out of the last 3 years, which we focused on the Jordan Love era, because I think you could say a couple of years with Aaron Rodgers, maybe they underachieved, but we'll just focus on the Jordan Love era with Matt LaFleur. I would say, obviously, year 1, they overachieved. I mean, that was their best year together as far as winning.
Yep. Getting to the divisional round of the playoffs.
Yes.
For sure.
Then the following year, they won 11 games, but they didn't win a playoff game.
Yep.
And then last year, they won, and they didn't win a playoff game. And they were 7 seeds 3 years in a row. So being a 7 seed 3 years in a row, those following 2 years when you're expecting growth because you're a young team, the youngest team in football, injuries aside and everything else, I think the Packers have underachieved. Injuries can be part of it. Everyone has injuries.
But you can't say injuries aside because that is the entire thing from last season. You lost Micah Parsons. You lost Tucker Kraft. Yes, they still made it to the playoffs, but like as soon as they lost Micah Parsons, your season was done. You lost 5 games straight.
But they could have done more because here's how they underachieved. They had the Bears on their ropes twice, and they could have knocked them out.
They could have won. They should have, and they could have won those games, but they didn't. But
so that's why I put them as underachieving the last 2 years.
To me, if they had Micah Parsons, one, they wouldn't have been in that same spot. They would have won at least some of the last 5 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And you would, depending on who you played, you might have won a playoff game.
You might have.
So to me, to say that they underachieved last year is tough because it's like, and I understand that every single team has injuries. We've talked about this before. You're not going to get away with no injuries and having your full-on 53-man starting roster. Like, you're not going to be able to have that, right?
Yep.
But, like, the players that they lost last year were on such an incredible level versus other teams.
Absolutely. I still think they underachieved. 844-770-3776. That's Carbasok text line. List is more. Have the Packers underachieved 2 out of the last 3 seasons? I say yes. And last year, Molly, if I say underachieved because, we got fans listening that will ride or die that Jordan Love's a top 5 quarterback, and that's not us, but there are people out there, or say that ESPN or top 10 and all these things. Well, if Jordan Love is who the Packer fans think he is and who the advanced analytics say he is, then the Packers should have been able to close out the Bears, should have been able to close out other games to at least win one playoff game and be higher up than a 7 seed. They didn't do that. So, yes, if they had won
I don't place a lot of that blame on Jordan Love.
He could have finished. He's not a closer. He's not a killer. He didn't end the game. He let those teams hang around. He's complicit in their demise in those games because he didn't put the team away. Yeah, the Packers' defense failed, but clearly other teams around the league said it's not the defense's fault because Jeff Hafley got a job. So other people must have thought Jordan Love was part of the problem too.
Okay. Yes, Jordan Love has issues. Matt LaFleur has issues. Yep. Jeff Hafley had issues. The entire defense had issues because, I don't know, they have no defense without Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rashawn Gary was a problem. Lucas Van Ness has been a problem. There's been so many issues. I do not blame Jordan Love for what went down last year.
He's not the sole blame, but he's part of it. He's 33% of why they didn't close out the Bears or beat the Broncos.
He's part of the reason. Yep. He's part of the reason, as is Matt LaFleur, as is the other side of the ball.
Right. I mean, like Jordan Love, to me, I've said this before, is like the 11th or 12th best quarterback in the league, and he would be higher if he closed out those games and didn't allow those other teams breath to be able to come back and win those games. The Bears don't come back. Other teams don't come back. The Browns don't win if you don't give them breath. He gave them breath. So that's why he is a fringe top 10 QB, not an elite QB in my opinion. The injuries matter. But when you, on paper, are predicted to at some point win the division, and the injury is a real part of it, I still think the Packers, because look, you didn't need to lose to the Browns early. If you had done a little bit more when Micah was healthy, you could have had a higher seed. When Tucker was healthy, you could have had a higher seed. So I think on the whole, the entire season, 2 out of the last 3 years, the Packers underachieved. The first year with Jordan Love, they overachieved dramatically, and they finished strong. And that's why there's the hope that Jordan Love and the Packers can be this next thing. But over the last 3 years, they've basically proven out that they're the 7th best team in the NFC over and over again.
Okay, so what do they need to do this year in order to achieve what you think that their expectations are?
Well, I mean, I think that they need to either win the division or win a playoff game. I think their expectations this year is to win the division.
What happens if they win the division and don't win a playoff game, though?
I think
then it's all for nothing.
I think the expectation for the Packers to truly reach who Packer fans think who they are and who they think who they are, they have to win the division and at least one playoff game.
Okay.
Like, look, obviously at the end of the season, if they win 13 games and the Lions win 14 and the Packers win 1 or 2 playoff games, obviously that's a success. We're just kind of using a clear marker. Mm-hmm. They win the division, they win one playoff game. I'm calling the season a success for the Packers. Because they haven't done that in a while.
I think the title of having the division is great. That's fun. That's awesome. They haven't won it in 4 years or whatever it's been. That's great. However, if they don't win the division, but yet they win multiple playoff games or at least one playoff game, I'm good.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Am I happy? Not necessarily. No.
There's a lot of different ways around it. It's just like if you win the division, then you maybe have a chance to be the number 1 seed.
Your path is a little bit easier.
Maybe you actually get a home game in the playoffs, like all these sort of things. So yes, there's going to be the devil's in the details for this, but I think unquestionably, no matter what, and you can mark this down, expectations or whatever, if the Packers win the division and win one playoff game, I'm going to call this season a success. You could go the other way. What happens if they win? They only lose one game and then they win one playoff game and lose. Well, that stinks. That's still disappointing based off what happened during the year. But kind of like I said before, as far as the Packers when they had the injuries, and I still hold them to some sort of account, just because their regular season was way better than we thought it was going to be. If they win the division and win one playoff game, I'm going to say their season overall was a success because it's the most they've done in a very long time.
Yeah, and I mean, it's almost reminiscent of what the Brewers are too, where it's like, okay, the Brewers are how good during the regular season, and then once it gets to the postseason, does it actually translate? Does it actually matter? So I almost feel the same way about the Packers. Jim on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says 25 points in the fourth quarter, and it's not the defense's fault. LOL. Meanwhile,
Jim, I didn't say it wasn't the defense's fault. I said that the Packers were allowed to score points too.
Yes, but again, I don't know how much of the blame is on Matt LaFleur and how much is on Jordan Love. Because as we've talked about in the past, I don't know if Jordan Love necessarily has the same personality and the ability to tell Matt LaFleur, hey, I'm not running those plays that you're calling, because I don't think that Matt LaFleur's play calling during that game was the
33 is how I break that out. 1% special teams. That's how I break out the loss.
There was like there was a ton of points left on the tables. He left 7 points on the table. Brandon McManus. Like, he's to blame too. There's a lot of people to blame.
Jordan Love could have, scored a touchdown.
And also 33%, you're giving the exact same percentage to Jeff Hafley and Jordan Love. That's pathetic.
Yeah, no, I am. Because Jordan Love, if he is who we say he is, then he closes out a game.
Unnamed in the 254. Remember, you can always text in your name. He says the Packers defense collapsed in the playoff game with Cooper left with 2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Bears scored 25 points in the fourth. Then Tim in Cambria says, I think LaFleur is the one who lacks a killer instinct. Love is just following orders.
Well, that kind of speaks to lacking a killer instinct, though, right? Like at some point, nobody says that Aaron Rodgers didn't have a killer instinct, correct?
No, nobody says that.
Right, because Aaron Rodgers said to his coach, "You're wrong."
Yes, and so I don't know if Jordan Love has the personality or the ability as a quarterback to be able to say that.
The person calling in. I would say Jordan Love also lacks a killer instinct because he doesn't have, in this caller's opinion, the nerve to come up and say, this ain't right, coach.
Well, and I think that's all. I think that comes back to his personality, but is that going to be the major difference maker? I don't know.
This is a defensive team. If the Packers are going to win this year, that means Gannon is a great defensive coordinator. Micah Parsons is hitting his stride, coming back from injury. The Packers are better on defense dramatically than they are on offense. They have Xavier McKinney. They have
dramatically is excessive. They have Xavier McKinney. They have Edgerrin Cooper, and they have Micah Parsons.
If they had a better defensive coordinator, their defense would be, I think, unquestionably viewed to be a top 5 with these players. They're better. I mean, Matt LaFleur is a great offensive coordinator, but the players are better on defense than they are on offense. The defensive line is better than the offensive line. The best player on defense is better than the best player on offense.
Okay, but I don't know. We don't know what Jonathan Gannon's going to be.
That's fair. Gannon's the question
And again,
mark.
Micah Parsons is going to be out for 8 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm talking when it's all said and done. The Packers, again, I think the Packers have an offense that's, I don't know, it's good. It's not great. I think their defense could be great to elite if Gannon's good at his job.
We have a caller on the line.
All right, 844-770-3776. Let's get out to Josh in Kenosha.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Josh.
So as a Bears fan, I agree that the Packers underachieved. You were up 21-3 at halftime without these guys. At what point are the excuses going to stop? You choked. Just deal with it. Now's the time to get better. Jordan Love has to grow up. The maturity was more of a problem than anything else. You guys want to blame this, that, or whatever, but you can't make the excuses when you were up 21-6 going into the fourth quarter of a playoff game without the same guys that now you want to pin it on. It's just like 2024. You couldn't beat a team with a winning record. I don't understand what the argument is to say that they weren't underachievers is, especially when you have Packer fans thinking Jordan Love is as great as they want to claim. Is he good? Yes. But he's not in that elite level yet. And he can prove it this year, but he's not there.
Yeah. But again, I don't see. Thanks for the call. And I don't know if anybody thinks that Jordan Love is elite. I think if you do, you're crazy. I think elite is reserved for, let's say, Aaron Rodgers back when he was a Green Bay Packer.
You wouldn't say, like I see right here, it says Josh Allen is that dude, an absolute stud. You would not
and
say that.
And he still doesn't win enough. He underachieves.
Right.
Their team underachieves too. Just because you have a great quarterback doesn't mean that you're going to exceed your expectations.
They usually run into Mahomes.
But okay, and my thing with the Green Bay Packers is, okay, Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I am happy with him as my quarterback. But he's not going to be the guy that is going to win you games like it was with Aaron Rodgers. And even, guys like Aaron Rodgers weren't winning you games. Look how many NFC Championship games they left on the table because Aaron Rodgers couldn't do it. That was always his criticism, too. However, there is that killer instinct that is different than what Jordan Love has. But I'm almost of this belief where I'm like, okay, how we talked about with the Brewers before, where it's like, okay, you've been doing the same thing, and you aren't getting any success. With the Packers, okay, their whole thing was having this great quarterback and knowing that you had an incredible quarterback that could lead you to victory. Well, we don't really have that anymore. So, hey, let's try it a different way and see what happens. And I think that those are the moves that are happening. We talked about Brian Gutekunst being off the chopping block, essentially, in a lot of people's minds because he brought in a Micah Parsons. That didn't happen 3-4 years ago. No way. So now it's like, okay, you're trying to do things, and maybe they are going to be a defensive-led team. I don't care how this team is led, whether it's offense or defense. If you win a championship or if you even sniff a championship, good. Count me in.
And that's where I was getting at, is that I think this team recognizes that, hey, let's just put arguably the best defensive player in football on our team and let's see what happens. Because I don't think there's a case to be made that Jordan Love is a top 5 QB, and that's the type of QB that you need to be an offense that you're winning because of the QB. And I think we all can agree Jordan Love ain't that. If you want to go 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, I don't care. It doesn't matter. But what it does matter is he's not top 5. He has not proven the type of guy that is going to either end a team's season and finish them off and be a killer like a top 5 QB. But Micah Parsons is legitimately the best or second best defensive player in all football.
Correct.
Xavier McKinney is one of the best safeties in all football. Adrian Cooper is one of the best linebackers in all football.
Mm-hmm.
Micah Parsons is going to give the Packers defensive line more hope than they should as far as those players, because it's not that good, but when you add Micah Parsons, everyone gets better. And I think that they've improved their secondary a little bit. It's deeper. I don't know if it's better on the top end. So Gannon's the wild card for the defense. I honestly have no idea if he's truly a good defensive coordinator or if he just had great defensive players with Philadelphia. We'll figure that out. But I think, to your point, the Packers have recognized the way we were doing it, trying to win a Super Bowl like we had Aaron Rodgers back there, isn't working. Mm-hmm. So they're putting the resources into the defense because I think they recognize our best path to the Super Bowl is to have a top 5 defense. And if they do, I think they will be a Super Bowl contending team. More than even if they had a top 5 offense. This is Molly and Jim. Take over for Wilde and Tausch.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. How sweep it is! The Milwaukee Brewers kicked off the second half of the season in grand fashion, sweeping the Miami Marlins on 3 straight comeback victories, punctuated by a 3-run walk-off dinger off the bat of William Contreras. Wild Bill giving the fans something to cheer about last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. Bobby Gasser also had a nice outing, going 5 innings of 1-run ball, only giving up 3 hits and striking out 5. The Crew will look to keep the good times rolling tonight against the New York Mets with a marquee matchup on the mound. Jacob Mizorowski taking on former Brewer fastball Freddie Peralta. First pitch is slated for 6:40 p.m. with pregame coverage beginning at 6:05 right here on Madison's home of the Crew, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
You should be going further than getting a 7 seed and not winning a playoff game. That is a fact. You should be getting further with this team that you have.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
You think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said it
field?
3 times.
Okay,
5 and 5.
fine. Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
It's good to hear you're still a positive person after working with Jim for as long as you have.
Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Molly and Jim filling in for Wilde and Tausch. You can see us on the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube streams. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. This is more. We're asking you what's the most exciting thing to see in person as far as a walk-off, whether that's a home run, whether that's a game-winning basketball shot, or if it's a game-winning football play. Lots of different ones out there.
You just sounded like somebody that does not know sports when
I
you
know.
said game-winning basketball shot.
I know.
Maybe a buzzer beater?
Buzzer beater. Thank you, Molly.
There you go.
Thank you. Look, judging by the comments, I don't think anyone thinks I know sports, especially
Now we don't know ball.
The ESPN Milwaukee's Instagram feed, especially.
I have
is
not seen
very
this.
much in their feelings, which got me thinking, and we're going to get to our Packers talk again here, but my license plate, Molly.
Oh, God.
Why
are we bringing this up again?
You have ridden in the People Like Me mobile.
Or pee-pee lick me mobile.
Either one.
Some may say.
You've ridden in it.
Okay.
My family now doesn't love the idea of riding in it, so let's touch on my personalized license plate here, which apparently was outed during Jen Gabe and Chewy, I think, on Friday last week.
Correct.
Have we ever discussed Jim Rutledge's vanity plate?
No. What is it?
I'm going to try really hard to describe this and let you guys figure out why it is. He tried to make a plate that is supposed to say people like me. It's spelled P-P-L-I-K-M-E. Write it down.
Well, pee-pee. I mean, I don't have to write it down. I heard the pee-pee.
Well, when you write it down, Jen.
Let me see.
Well, I'm
Don't
guessing
say it.
The like sounds like
I
lick.
like Milwaukee.
Nope.
Is it lick?
It is lick.
Yeah, P-P, yeah, and then M-E.
Yeah.
So,
Why did he think he could double up on the L? He's using the L for the end of the first word and the beginning of the second word. You got to have 2 L's.
He ran out of space because then how are you going to get it to
so
me?
many? Yeah, you only have so many.
He had to make cuts.
Wait, so he still has this?
Still
plate?
has it.
Does he really?
Yes.
He's not been arrested?
No. And I don't understand.
For what solicitation?
I don't understand.
Seems like an advertisement to me, Jen.
How that got through.
Yes.
Even if his intent,
I understand the
intentions are
intent.
pure.
Right. You write it down and it's clear as day.
Can we just be thankful that the M-E wasn't an E-R?
I am thankful for that. It stands for people like me. There's literally no other way around it. My family I've tried to figure out ways to fix it. You could do a Y for the I, but that looks like a tongue.
Yep.
So I think that makes it worse. I think it really looks like people like me if you put a Y instead of an I there. Don't you think so, Riley?
Yeah, it doesn't look any better, that's for sure.
You can't do people without the PP. It just doesn't work. And yeah, I had to double up the L, and I can't end with an M like people lick 'em. Like that's how that would go with an M.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, so
the whole thing is weird.
So I had to go with it. But the people like me is a little bit from one of the iterations of this show where nobody likes me. Really, on social media. I think Molly tolerates me. But
when you're not muted.
Right. Molly, I'm sorry. I didn't mean in real life you tolerate me. But on social media, you often have muted me.
Yes.
And I think plenty of people listen to Molly and Jim or just watch it and listen to it because of Molly. Now Riley. But so that's the fun part of it. But also I get to do a lot of cool things in my sales job and people like me. I'm good at my sales job and I think it's because people like me. So that's the meaning behind people like me. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I do want to make sure that Josh says it right. It's people like me, not people like me. That makes me sound like a jerk. It's people like me. I like all people.
I don't understand
even if they're
the
not like me.
difference.
If you say people like me, it feels like I am someone I don't want to represent. Okay. When I say people like me, that says that people like me. I like me.
Gotcha.
I like people.
Gotcha.
When
you
it
got to
says
enunciate
people
on the right words,
yeah,
Riley.
when
You got that?
People like me implies that I only like people like me.
Okay.
And I actually probably like people like me the least. So
me too.
Yeah.
It's like Del Griffith. My customers like me. My wife likes me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the real article.
What are you guys talking about?
From Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I do have a shirt.
Phenomenal movie.
A T-shirt
Never
that
seen
says
it.
I like me. It does not say I like me.
Okay.
That's good.
I mean, that could be your next license plate. I like me. I like it. I mean.
844-770-3776. That's the Carvel's Talking text line. List is more. Ryan the Psychedelic says he listens. Our advisor says he listens for me. So thank you.
Are you going to renew these plates? Where do you land on this?
I'm going to renew. I like them. They're good. They're like it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I like them.
Because if your kids are literally refusing to ride in the car, you took your wife's car to the Brewers game this weekend. You said, if they're literally refusing, I mean, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Then your car stays clean. You don't got to have crumbs in the back seat and
There you
water
go.
bottles left in
Next
there and
level
everything.
thinking.
But
the kids are filthy. My wife had her car detailed. Nobody's eating in the car, and yet there were still crumbs underneath the seat, underneath my girls' butts on the seats. I'm like, how is it you just shake off crumbs because you exist?
Okay.
So,
Question for you guys about vanity plates, because both of my roommates have vanity plates with nicknames, they have their nicknames listed on their vanity plates. And one of my roommates, he loves it so much, he's willing to pay for my vanity plate if I get one.
Okay, wait. Can I ask, what are your friends' nicknames?
Skr, short for Oscar. And then I can't.
That's what I was thinking, Skr.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's I like it. Then they both have the UW-Madison plates.
Okay.
And unfortunately, my other roommate's name is Josh. I can't remember his nickname off the top of my head, but I know he has the vanity plate.
Then it's not a nickname if you can't even remember his name.
Exactly.
Or is this something you can't say?
No, it's
Okay.
from his family. We didn't call him that. It's a family nickname. So I don't know it off the top of my head. But I want to ask you guys, should I take up the offer and get a vanity plate? And if so, what should it say?
Well, first of all, what is your nickname?
So I didn't really have a nickname in college. In high school, my nickname was Irish. My high school friends still just call me Irish.
Okay.
That was the nickname.
How would you, and I'm assuming that you, of all people, would get UW plates too?
Yep, I would get the Bucky plate.
Okay,
then
so
it looks
what happens?
confusing like Notre Dame.
Yes. So
Yeah,
what
exactly.
happens when you go drive to the game at Lambeau this
and
fall?
It's Irish and with a Bucky plate.
Yep.
That's why I wouldn't want to get that
or
as my vanity plate.
I know that your nickname here by some of the girlies in the Madison office is Spike.
Spike would never do that. Never in a
Why is his
trillion
nickname Spike?
I honestly
years.
don't know.
It was because one day I got a haircut and they cut it a little too short, so when I combed it back, it just puffed up. Whereas unlike here, it kind of goes to the side and it's stuck and I can't shake it.
Do you remember the days of Riley having a mullet?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Your nickname could be Mullet too.
I was jealous, man.
So here's my take on vanity plates. I think it's a waste of money. No
kind
offense,
of
Jim.
agree.
Offense.
Kind of agree.
But like it's
like $40 extra.
I get it. And like for me, I'm starting to look. So I have a black Kia from Metro Kia Madison. I have a black Kia, and I'm looking at getting like black plates because then when I have like black tinted windows and just everything, it looks kind of cool. It's like all black. So those are like
the new black one. I think
They're
it's
just,
just so people can have the black plates to go.
Oh,
with
I
black
thought they
cars.
like meant like because so many of them are like
They have a
tied.
there is like a
charity.
black Road America one.
Okay.
But this one is just like plain black, not Road
Gotcha.
America.
I don't
But-
like it. It's so
yeah.
boring and lame.
What, the black?
Yeah.
Oh,
It does-
okay.
It's not
rude.
even the normal Wisconsin
Well, I'm
font.
looking at getting that, and I'm actually looking,
That's
and I was
Molly's whole look right now.
Get
Is
the
all
Road
black.
America
exactly.
one.
I'm in my Nick Saban era. Okay,
I would
people?
say Jay-Z era. Doesn't he go all black everything?
Does he?
Yeah.
That I don't know. But so like for me, I'm like, do I justify spending like $50 more, whatever it is, in order to get like that? But like vanity plates to me, what is so special that you think you're going to be so cool to put on a car that's like makes you different? And also me as a female, like I'd be worried about somebody like learning
finding your car.
Yes, learning my
Or,
plate. And I
like-
get it, they can always write down like your plate as it is, but like learning my special one, and then they like see me on like my normal route or whatever it is, and they like stalk me.
These are things that men never think about, but that is very good. I'm glad you're thinking about it. I also would recommend like don't do plates about your appearance, because there was one plate. I said earlier where I live, but I'm not gonna say it now because I don't want to put this person on blast. But there was someone who had a personalized plate that implied that they were attractive, and they're driving a minivan. And I obviously, when you pull up to that person,
You're gonna
have to look.
You're gonna verify.
And the plates did not match the look. So
Yeah.
I would say.
So Riley, don't put hot producer on
And
there
they-
unless
look,
you want to be judged.
Or you're
No,
gonna
I
have to
wasn't-
be like
I wasn't
rocking
planning
it
on it.
every day. Like you just can't.
You have to look good at all times that you
Yes.
step into that vehicle
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, you can't have like a day where it's like I'm just gonna run to get some gas at Costco or something.
Literally, me yesterday I went to the grocery store and I was like, I threw on a sweatshirt with like running shorts, even though it was like 90 degrees, and my hair was a mess. I
So
was
like the look of all teenage girls.
yeah, basically.
Giant
but I was like,
sweatshirt,
who
running shorts.
cares, right? Like, that's what's happening. But if I had a license plate that said like "Hot Mama," I couldn't ride in that car. I would have to go in my husband's car.
People are going to be making judgments.
Yeah,
do you have a
for sure.
nickname?
What?
Do you have a nickname?
Do I have a nickname? When I was a kid, / my brother still, I guess, sometimes calls me it Fuzz. Because I had super curly hair, so it was like fuzzy.
I would recommend not that as a license
No,
plate.
not a good one. Right now, no. I don't have a
That
nickname
you're
at all.
aware of.
No, not that I'm aware of. I mean, if you guys have one behind my back, please tell me.
No,
Maybe
I
I'll get a
think
vanity plate of it.
No, I think online it's just that girl or
Yeah,
that woman.
That's true. But also, if your friend is going to pay for it and you really genuinely want one,
Do
take
it.
him up.
Yeah.
See, that's
What's it
why
going to cost you?
I'm thinking I just get the Bucky plates and have it randomly generate
Right.
the letters and numbers, so then I can have the Wisconsin plates, but without the added pressure of having something spelled out on a vanity plate. It's not my thing. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
people are
my
going to
thing.
judge it. What did you see this morning, Jim? You sent us a picture of one.
Oh, let me see if I can actually read this one. Hold on. I
Yeah.
guess if it's on a license plate. All right, so it is. You're gonna have
Spell it.
Spell it out.
Yeah.
Spell it out.
Well, there is a second part. It is a Road America plate, but it is DEEEZ.
D's.
It is a.
What's the next part?
There's nothing on the plate, but there could be accessories on the truck that would finish the statement.
Oh. What'd you guys take on those? Would you ever drive a vehicle that has those?
Dice?
Yeah, dice.
No.
Not a chance for me. That's weird, right?
Would anyone get in? Like, I wouldn't get in my own car.
It's fair.
I'd punch myself in my own face if that was my car.
What if I put them on your car? How long would it take you to notice?
Immediately.
I
Also,
don't think you would.
I also don't want to have to explain that.
Jim, why are there
More like
peanuts
Dad,
on your
what's
car?
on the back of your truck.
Fair, that's true.
That's not a conversation I really want to get into.
You're dumb on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says Kramer on Seinfeld had the best vanity
Yes.
plates. What were his?
Ass Man.
Oh,
Because he was he got the plates of a proctologist.
okay. So I think the whole reason that the Jen Gabe and Chewy clip came about was because they were talking about the woman in Florida who had the SQZ A55.
Yes. I guess if you're a foot doctor, would you get like Footman?
No, because I think, you want me to send you pictures? Like, are you going to pay me?
That was
No,
your weird
it's terrible.
toe, I'll tell you that much for sure. This is Molly and Jim.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweda. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweda metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweda Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no-obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Every kid deserves a chance to have fun, and that's what Paul's Party is all about. Paul's Party is a Madison area nonprofit helping kids with physical disabilities experience the joy of sports. They fund expensive recreational equipment and activities like sled hockey gear, chairs for track, tennis and basketball, and much more, so more kids can enjoy the fun. Because at Paul's Party, sports are for everyone. Learn more or make a donation today at paulsparty.org. That's paulsparty.org.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Say something, tell me all the right things. Something different for once.
Molly and Jim continues on the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee YouTube streams. You can hear us in Madison, Milwaukee, and Beaver Dam. Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge. Riley Yacht behind the glass. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carbos Talk text line. This is more. Back to Packers talk. The Athletic put a story out there that they believe the Packers are going to go under 9.5. Now, I wouldn't pick that. I wouldn't bet that. But the line that stood out to me in the overall picks was that the Packers are a team that habitually underachieves. And I think we go back to the Aaron Rodgers era and focus on that too, but let's just focus on the here and now, which is the Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love era. And I think they've underachieved 2 out of the last 3 years. Now, yes, last year, is there an asterisk to it because there were injuries? Absolutely. I still think because of the position they had the Bears in 2 different games, because that went in the Browns game, you close those games out and maybe you have the division leading team, Lions, you handled them, but then you just weren't ready for a new team to come up and give you some issues. So I think there's still a case to be made for them underachieving despite the injuries because, look, they had the lead in the fourth quarter twice against the Bears. They lost both of them, most importantly, in the playoffs. They lost that game. And then you look at the year prior, they won 11 games, but they were the 7th seed and they didn't win a playoff game. In Jordan Love's first season as a starter, absolutely they overachieved, which is big credit to them. And that, I think, is a lot of the excitement around what Jordan Love could be or could have been. But Jordan Love, I don't even want to have an argument about it, so we'll just make it easy. He's not a top 5 QB. And so to me, top 5 QBs are the QBs that you can win because of. And I think Jordan Love's a guy you can win with. Is he going to have his moments that he win because of him? Yes, but consistently, because in the article it says Jordan Love will have a few great games. And that's kind of what he does. He has some pretty steady Eddie games where he's going to turn out the same stats of probably 220 some yards passing, 1 or 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And then he'll have a game where he'll pop off and throw for 350 and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, and he'll have a great game. But on the whole, he kind of just plays to his averages, which is what you want. He was inconsistent early in his career. Now he's consistent with a few great games mixed in there, which, again, puts him as a guy who's somewhere between 6 and 12. So I think if the Packers are actually going to achieve this year, I think it's going to be on the defense.
Okay, what about the defense besides Micah Parsons makes you think that they could, let's say, overachieve? Because I look at it, I'm like, okay, you look at Edgerrin Cooper, he's one of the top-rated guys on that defense. You look at Xavier McKinney, he's great, we know that. Micah Parsons is obviously the other piece, but they're going to be missing him for a good chunk of the season to begin with. So that does not make you feel that great. So what parts of this defense besides those 3 guys makes you feel like they're going to outshine what the offense does?
I think a big part of it, if you're watching on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream, Molly is not a ventriloquist.
Thank God it is a good photo because I am lucky because there's a lot of times where the chins are chinning, and right now it is not happening. So thank God.
Yes, her face
So honestly,
is
tune
frozen.
into the ESPN Madison YouTube stream so you can see my frozen face.
Do you want to take a
there.
second and screenshot it for yourself and make it your new profile photo?
I mean, potentially.
But anyways, with the Packers side of things, that the defense, yes, Micah Parsons being out will be a big part of it.
Because you also talked about the wild card and Jonathan Gannon. Like, we don't know what he's going to be. We hope he's good.
I'm more worried about Gannon than I am Parsons, because when I talk about the defense needing to be elite, it's at the end of the season. Like, when these games are pushing into, are you going to win the division? Are you going to go deep into the playoffs? So
and I think we've talked about it too. Like, the Packers are somewhat lucky that at least the beginning of their season, when they're going to be without Micah Parsons, is feasible to do. However, it's like I'm not going to miss Rashawn Gary this season by any means, but also, what is this defense going to look like with only having, Lucas Van Ness and Edgerrin Cooper and Xavier? Like, there's still so many holes and questions to me about this defense. I want to hope that they can go 7-0 or whatever it is, without Micah Parsons, but is that actually feasible?
I don't think they will. When I talk about the defense, like, the offense is good enough, and I think the defense can hold on enough without Micah Parsons to put them in position that when Parsons is back, they can close out, get the division, and go win some playoff games. Because you're right. The D-line is all predicated on Micah Parsons, which is why they was smart to go trade for him. Because if Lucas Van Ness is going to do anything, it's going to be because because Parsons.
For sure, he raises everybody around him.
Right, because you have to double team Micah Parsons. You have to know where he is all the time. I think anyone else on that D-line, if they're going to do anything, it's going to be because of Micah Parsons. Can they be serviceable until then? Yeah. I think Edgerrin Cooper is one of the best interior linebackers in all football, so I think he's going to only get better. He's got his faults, but he's still a very good inside linebacker, and he's very quick, and I think his recognition skills are only getting better. With McKinney, he's already proven who he is, so I think that even if he's just steady Eddie and is like the 7th best safety in NFL, that's still pretty premier there at a very important position. So I look at their defense that when they're healthy, they have a top 10 player at all three levels. And I think that's why I like their defense more than their offense, because at offense, I don't think they have a top 10 player going into the regular season at any position.
On the offense?
Yeah. Jacobs is coming off a down year. You can make a case for him. And then Tom, he's coming off lots of injuries.
Jordan Love is a top 10 quarterback. He might be at the bottom. He might be 9 or 10.
We disagree on that, but I have him like 11. There's no unquestioned top 10 guys, because clearly it's questioned if Jordan Love's top 10 quarterback.
What do you mean?
Like, some people think he is, some people don't.
I mean,
there's no question that Micah Parsons is a top defensive lineman. There's no question Adrian Cooper's a top linebacker. There's no question David McKinney is a top 10 safety. There is a question if Jordan Love. It is not a universal thought within the league that Jordan Love is a top 10 QB.
Yeah, but they also had Jared Goff on that list, and we disagreed on that.
Right.
So.
Fair, but I still don't think it's universal that it's Jordan Love. I think everywhere else that those other guys are more universal. But Jordan Love's 11. Even if you want to give him love, they got 1. On defense and defensive line, they got the best at defensive line. I think Cooper is probably top 3 interior linebacker. So, just better players.
And we talked about it when the Packers won the Super Bowl. They were a defensive-led team.
Yeah. Well, that Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson, they were the ones making plays, and Aaron Rodgers got to grow as the season went along into what he was. Then you had the killer in Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is a killer. Jordan Love's not there yet. I don't know if you're born into that. I don't know if you can acquire it. But
it's that Mamba mentality.
On the other side of it, I'm not afraid. And I think that's the easiest way to put it. I don't think a lot of teams are afraid when Jordan Love has the ball if you're an opposing team. But oh, God, here's Jordan Love again. When Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre had the ball, trust me, we're going to lose.
But the benefit of what you're saying, if they are a defensive-led team, you're scared when you got Micah Parsons hunting you down, right?
Yeah.
Like we all remember the video last year of him hunting Jared Goff down.
Yes.
He's a killer.
I will buy the argument that Micah Parsons makes a difference in that Bears game, in both those Bear games, for sure. Yeah. I'll buy that argument.
Yeah. Makes me sick.
Maybe
even just thinking
honestly,
about.
The play would have been like the Caleb Air Jordan throw. Micah might have gotten there a little bit faster, and Caleb can't get that throw off.
Yep.
But he wasn't there. And you have a roster that doesn't have anyone else that could step up. You had a defensive coordinator who couldn't figure out ways to solve that. And you had an offensive coordinator in LaFleur and a quarterback in Love that either played it too safe or couldn't get it done. Either way, there's no arguing they didn't have the killer instinct to put the Bears away.
Greg and Franklin says they'll never be great with Jordan Love as quarterback and Matt LaFleur as coach. I'm not reading his nicknames for them. He says, I think this part's interesting. They are now Pittsburgh 9-8 till something changes.
They are trending closer to Pittsburgh than they are the Chiefs, Chiefs of the Premier.
Well, it's tough because I feel like Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, that's been decades and decades of what they've looked like. I don't think that's necessarily where the Packers are. And it's maybe right now under the Matt LaFleur regime, you could say that, but I don't want to admit that, so I'm not going to.
Packers are very good at not having a bad season. They are right there with the Steelers at not having a bad season. If you want to root for a team that's not going to have a bad season, man, the Packers are your team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Same with the Brewers.
They've obviously underperformed when it comes to the postseason. So in order to get that narrative off them, they need to win. Honestly, going into this next season, they need to win 2 playoff games in my mind.
It's worth pointing out, and I agree with you, it's worth pointing out that the one team that is not good at consistently winning is the one team with a title in the last 20 years. Or, 15 years. That's the Bucks.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. But lumping the Brewers in with the Packers, if you're looking at the last 3 seasons, I don't think is fair. Because that'd be essentially if the Packers had made the NFC Championship game last year, is what the Brewers did, and we'd be having a lot different conversation if the Packers were in the NFC Championship game last year than getting bounced in the wild card. That'd be like if the Brewers lost to the Cubs in the NLDS, I think you can compare them. Then it's equivalent. But the Brewers have been more successful by quite a wide margin than the Packers in the past 3 years.
That's fair. I didn't mean to be disrespectful to the Brewers.
I just had to jump in real quick.
No, that's fair. I'll take the backhanded slap against the Packers as a respect for the Brewers.
Sure. Whatever makes you 2 sleep at night.
This is Molly and Jim take over Wilde and Tausch.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the New York Mets.
Fly ball, deep center field, track, wall, bye, baseball!
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers. ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? If you're a top player in your league, the GRB Rays are ready for you. They're Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with over 425 college commitments, 27 draft picks, and 4 big leaguers, including the National League Rookie of the Year. Train in one of the Midwest elite facilities and elevate your game. GRB Rays tryouts are here, but spots are filling up quickly. Sign up now at grbrays.com. That's grbrays.com.
If you've been thinking about a new Kia, now's the time to head to Metro Kia of Madison. For a limited time, qualified buyers can take advantage of employee pricing on eligible new 2026 Kia models, plus the 2027 Seltos, Telluride, and Telluride Hybrid. Just look for the vehicles marked with the employee pricing overlay and enjoy some of the best values of the year. This offer can't be combined with other manufacturer finance or lease programs. This offer ends August 3rd, so don't wait. Hurry into Metro Kia of Madison or shop online at metrokiaofmadison.com.
The News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team is certified for delivering the most accurate forecasts in the entire state of Wisconsin. Morning meteorologist Savannah Brito.
When you're making plans, the weather often has other plans.
Evening meteorologist Blaze Keller.
At home, at work, or on the go, when we know, you'll know.
Chief meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Our team has the experience you can count on and the accuracy you can trust.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at zimbrickchevrolet.com.
Man, Molly, 3 hours is a long time.
I feel like I'm running a marathon, which I would never do, but I feel like I'm running a marathon.
Yeah, running the marathon does not appeal to me.
I need like one of those like energy cubes and like a granola bar. Just all the things.
Instead, I think we're both on cup number 3 of coffee.
Cup number 2 here and one that I had at home. Yes.
Same. I had one at home and 2 here. So I made a fresh pot of coffee here at the ESPN Madison studios. It's like the one thing I contribute as a teammate is I think I can make a decent cup or a decent pot of coffee.
What would you do if somebody said the coffee that you made is garbage?
I'd throw it in their face.
Okay, that was aggressive. I was more so thinking like, oh, you suck at the one thing that you think you're good at, but it's fine.
That's true. A lot of people trying to get me fired on Twitter, which is hilarious. I always find they don't like my take that a walk-off is the least exciting way to end a game. Walk-off for baseball as opposed to a game-winning shot in basketball or a game-winning play in football, whether it's a pick six or whatever. It has a lot to do with the actual weight of it. Yesterday was a fun win. Brewer fans were into it. They had a great time. It's a razor in the trail mix. And I'm judging it on the reverse side of it, but when Wilson Contreras hit the home... William Contreras.
Get it together.
I just say
you
Contreras.
You do suck at your job as a
right,
sports
I know.
host. My God.
Contreras hits a home run. I didn't care. So that was kind of it. As a fan of the opposing team, it was like, okay, cool. However they won, it was going to be whatever. It didn't really matter. I was like, oh, there's fireworks. Now we get to go on the field.
Yes, but that'd probably be my reaction if I went to a Cubs game. If they were playing the Marlins at a walk-off at Wrigley, I'm probably also like, meh.
Yeah, see, it's two things. It's not, but it's not your sport. It's not your team. Number one, you're not a Brewers fan. You were until you were 18, like you said. But also, it's not your sport.
I'm also not a Brewers hater, so it's like, whatever, good for them.
Fair.
Okay,
but also,
so maybe
it's the idea that baseball...
Pirates game then.
Yes, but baseball's not Jim's sport.
I just don't understand how anyone could care that much about baseball.
It's awesome. It's such a great sport.
162 games is a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It makes the summer so much better.
Yeah,
when you can go home and turn on a game.
Packers training camp starts in 9 days.
Yes.
You know what people care more about is Packers training camp right now.
Yeah, but not right now. They don't.
Yes, they will.
They will in 9 days.
I care more about Packers training camp.
I will still care more. Will we? Are we going to talk way more on our show? And will they talk more on this show about Packers training camp than Brewers baseball? Yes. But for me personally, I am still going to be more dialed in to the Milwaukee Brewers and their season than the Packers training camp, unless something catastrophic or amazing happens.
Don't even manifest that.
So I
said or amazing.
I will say this, Riley. For fans like you, I honestly am rooting for the Brewers to go to the World Series. That's why I care about going to get Scooble and not doing the Brewers thing of getting Peralta and saying we went all in. That's what, for you. My brother is a huge Brewers for those sort of Brewer fans, the diehard ones, the ones on Sunday afternoon are yelling and screaming and acting like it was the World Series, July 19th at 1 o'clock.
If you're going to the game and you're a diehard fan, I'm not yelling and screaming at home. I was actually, I did hear it on the radio and I was freaking out. But.
For you, I want you to win. I want you to win. I honestly am rooting for that for you because it's a great feeling. Honestly, it lifts the pressure off. I'll be honest, I'm not a baseball fan. I don't really care that much what the Cubs do here or there. I just follow along. So for me, baseball is just a get-by sport. It's just something that I'm going to follow along until I can get to something that matters, which is football.
But if I'm in the environment
World
that
Cup
you were,
was great too. Yeah,
World Cup was great. I was
way more interested
goal!
in World Cup and way more invested in random World Cup games than I was in any Brewer game.
I was invested in the United States when they were in. Once they got knocked out, I was like, okay, I'm not prioritizing the World Cup over the Milwaukee Brewers.
I contemplated bringing the World Cup on my phone, but my family would have been mad I had my phone out at the game. But they didn't play it anywhere, and so...
They didn't even show it on the big board at all?
And the game kind of
nothing?
stunk from what I heard.
No, it was a great game. It was a great game.
Argentina had 0 shots on goal.
Yeah, because Spain dominated the crap out of them. So good. Good. It was so good. Oh, I'm sorry that they weren't scoring 15 goals like they were in the freaking England-France game.
That sounded like it was
so
awesome.
boring. So boring. Until France started to come back, but then when they pulled away again, it was like, okay.
Yeah, that LSU Texas A&M 7 overtime 73-72 game. That was really boring. They scored too many points.
It's not the same thing. You're talking about going into overtime, going into a million different overtimes. Also, the fact that there's 7 overtimes or whatever you just said, that's a problem.
I will say this,
that's why they changed the overtime rules.
For a third place game, that game couldn't have gone better for the casuals because there was scoring. People were going to stay in watching it because it's a third place game, and that doesn't feel like.
But they also pulled away so far that I was like, this is boring.
Well, true. That's what I turned it on. I'm like, they're already up 3 or 4-0. Forget it, and I just stopped watching.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But
if I'm in the environment that you're talking about, for the Brewers, I would have probably been one of the fans that would have been hyped up, yelling and screaming at them having a walk-off like that, because that is incredible. And I can immerse myself into whatever I'm at like that. However, it's like if it was opposite and I walk away from that game and the Brewers lost, it's not going to affect me.
So it wasn't like it was mainly. So I was happy. All I wanted in that game was one. Like I said, I was hoping there was a chance for a no-hitter. Then I was very annoyed because I thought they were going to have the no-hitter be nullified because of one bad scoring when Vaughn hit a ball to third base and hit the third baseman in the glove, and they called that a hit and not an error. And I was going to be really annoyed because it got to like the 7th with one hit for the Brewers. And I was like, if they get one hit and I could have seen a no-hitter and they scored it just to have a home score, I was going to be pissed. But that didn't happen. And then it was really like, can we wrap this game up, please, for the love of God? Honestly, if anything else, I was very excited that Contreras walked it off because I didn't want extras. Because we were staying for the ability for my daughters to run the field. So I never stayed at the end of a game. And baseball, I never stayed at the end of a baseball game. It's never worth it.
You serious?
And like if I had gotten in my car yesterday and missed the walk-off, I would have, okay. And so, but my daughters wanted to run the bases afterwards. So I was happy it ended. So I wasn't like grumpy. I was like, okay, it's over. Let's get down to the first base line and let's get going. Let's get moving in it. Like, it's finally done. Like, we can get moving. Because we got their ice cream, we got to sit in the sun, we got to chat, got great family time. Like, I had a great experience. But to me, the baseball, like, the outcome is the least important part of a baseball game. That's why AmFam Field does such a great job, because it's like, we had a lot of fun.
So Mark Antanasio banks on people like you.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I care about people like Riley and my brother, that I want them to win. They shouldn't be trying to do things for fans like me, where I'm just looking for I'll go to the fair, then I'll go to a Brewer game, then I'll go to a Forward game and a Mallard. I'm just checking. I'll do the job, just checking off boxes to do with my kids. But a baseball game with the kids is a great time.
But there are so many families out there exactly like yours that don't care, but are still paying the Brewers money because it's a fun experience.
Right, and I'm not faulting any of that. And I'm saying that I am the only passion I have for baseball and the Brewers, honestly, and I might be the biggest passion I have, is for fans like you and my brother, where you guys deserve a team that gives a damn and actually gets the World Series. Like, I want that for you. It's a great feeling. I want it for you. I hope your ownership finally just steps in and does it. I mean that sincerely. I want a World Series for Brewers fans.
I appreciate that. And I think the Brewers are set up in the next couple of years to win a World Series. And you don't need to sell the farm for a rental of Tarek Skubal.
You got too many horses in the farm. You can sell a few. This is Molly and Jim, presented by Wilde and Tausch.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. Wisconsin's new offensive line coach Eric Mateos joined the jump around Thursday afternoon, and he believes Badgers fans will be proud of what they see from his unit this season.
You never know exactly how everything's going to go before a season. There's so many factors and unknowns, but I know this: when they watch these boys play, they're going to see some really tough, mean SOBs that are going to get on the line for the Badgers in the state of Wisconsin and the university. And they're going to be proud of the toughness and the physicality that they see on the field.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks, my favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com.
Hey Badger fans, football fans, and business leaders. I'm Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas, and I hope you'll join me on August 25th at the Madison Marriott West. Matt LaFleur and I will sit down for a live conversation about my journey from the NFL to entrepreneurship, sharing lessons on leadership, durability, and building success beyond the game. You'll enjoy dinner, networking, and have a chance to sample some of my famous Hall of Fame Farms Wagyu. Get your general admission or VIP experience tickets today at MiddletonChamber.com. That's MiddletonChamber.com.
Bo here from Ridgetop Exteriors. Southern Wisconsin got hit hard with hail recently. If your home took a beating, now's the time to take action. We've been delivering top quality roofing, siding, and window services locally for over 23 years. With free damage assessments and insurance experts on staff, we've been your licensed, local, and trusted contractor since day one. Don't wait until small damage becomes a big problem. Turn to Ridgetop Exteriors today. RidgetopExteriors.com. That's RidgetopExteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment, and here's another great fundraising event in Madison.
Here's your chance to golf for something bigger than the scorecard. Join us for the 3rd annual Cure for Casey golf outing on Monday, July 27th at Nakoma Golf Club. Every dollar raised supports families facing spinal muscular atrophy while funding critical research through Cure SMA and the American Family Children's Hospital. Golf or join us for the evening fundraiser. Register now at cureforcasey.org.
I will see you there.
Mark Tausch here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Plug it in, load it up, let's play. Time is money, I've got plenty, I got all day. Just one more level.
This is from KPP. I do like the Kevin from Pleasant Prairie. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but strange tidbit from Sunday's Brewer game. The Marlins' only run was scored by a home run by Ruiz, who was once a top pick in the Brewers organization. A few years ago, the Brewers traded him and got William Contreras.
Oh, that's interesting.
Pretty sweet.
I hope that's real.
I was going to say, Riley, is that true? You're our fact checker right now.
Regardless,
also, if the Brewers are your favorite team, you would know that off the top of your head.
So she's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Everyone is mad at me, Molly, so my people like me plate still works. But I do want to ask this question. It seems like maybe LeBron James is going to make his decision today. And I think...
Wait, hold on, pause. Why do you say maybe seems like?
So Patrick Beverley put out that the decision's coming today, but more importantly, I believe the line, or you can't bet on it anymore.
Okay.
On where he's going to go. So...
He's going to Miami.
If he goes to Miami, I'm rooting for LeBron to go to Miami. This is what I wanted to ask you, because I think it just drives home and makes Miami the least likable team in basketball.
See, I almost feel like I'm in the minority because if that happens, well, even if it doesn't happen, I'm rooting for Giannis to not have success in Miami. I know that makes me sound like a terrible person. I'm a scorned ex-girlfriend basically right now. That's just how I feel right now. Maybe once the season actually tips off, I'll feel a little bit different.
He changed 34 because it means too much.
Yeah, we get to keep the number. We get to keep the number here in Milwaukee. We should be so thankful that we get to keep the number 34. But no, so if LeBron goes to Miami, I will hate them 10 times more.
That's what I wanted.
100
I want it to be
more.
like, I want a team to just point to and say, I hate them.
But I think I'm in the, don't you feel like you're in the minority? Like, I feel like now that Giannis is actually gone, people are like, oh, we love you, Giannis. We want so much success.
I think we're ahead of the curve. The second Giannis starts playing and does all the things he does and all the things he said in Milwaukee and says them down in Miami, because it's just human nature, that I think fans are going to get very upset. He's never going to rip Milwaukee because he did truly love Milwaukee.
Right.
But you're still going to, again, back to the
I mean, I'm annoyed that he's trying to pretend like he's never had an Oreo before.
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
Like the idea
that's
that
what
he
I mean.
just said
Like that
that
stuff in Wisconsin when he was a Buck, that's endearing.
But it was
now
fine because it's like, okay, you
eyes.
came from Greece and you had so many firsts happen here in America.
Honestly,
and in
that's
Milwaukee.
like a mark against you if you've been in the United States for 15 years and haven't had an Oreo.
I'm almost certain there's documentation of him having an Oreo while in Milwaukee.
The next thing he's going to say is, I've never had Chick-fil-A before.
Yeah, like how? Like no, he's
that'd be frustrating.
No, so it's like those kind of things that I see. I'm just like, stop trying to like make Miami a whole new personality.
I think that from afar, Giannis probably annoyed a lot of fan bases, and I think very quickly he will annoy our fan base when he's not on our team doing all the things for Miami, especially if it's with LeBron and he takes on LeBron tendencies, and the two of them are just the most boisterous, over the top acting players out there in the NBA. It's going to be a lot. And the nice thing is for Bucks, we can root for Burries to play well, and then we can hate watch the Heat.
Yeah, we're going to be hate watching a lot this season, I fear. But feelings aside, do you actually think that Giannis and LeBron and let's say Bam Adebayo could come together to win a title?
No, I don't think that's.
You
a
don't
good
think
enough
that
team.
makes them a championship contender?
I think both LeBron and Giannis are too inconsistent with their health. LeBron more of like you can only play him so much, and Giannis hasn't had a healthy season in a long time.
True.
I don't think the spacing is good enough either. So that's why they're a perfect team to hate. It's very much like the first year of the Heatles. They went out and lost to Dallas. All right, well, I think most people will be happy that we won't be back out of the game when we're doing our show in Madison, 4 to 6. Thanks for listening.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin.
And if you don't know how much to save, well, that's why we're here. We'll suggest an amount so you hit your target without ever thinking about it. See, saving can be fun, especially when it's automatic. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Get ready for Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox, at the Bud Pavilion at Wisconsin State Fair Park. This week, Road Crew takes the stage with an electrifying night of country music. Catch the live music starting at 7. Don't miss Road Crew this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
It's a winning explosion at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, Winplosion rockets in, bursting with $300,000 in cash and reward play. For your shot at winning, just play with your rewards card. Then join us for the Thursday night prize drawings. Plus, every Winplosion entry also counts toward the big WinFest Grand Finale in September. It's Winplosion. Big bang, big bucks. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to a pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they'll show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off the summer special for limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Can't get enough of The Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show. This is The Rich Eisen Show.
Let me break it down for you again.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Spain has been the best team in the tournament.
From the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles.
The way they suffocate you is unlike any other team in this tournament.
Earlier on the show, Apple TV lead MLS analyst Taylor Twellman. Coming up, ESPN college football analyst Josh Pate. Actor Jake Johnson. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
right, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Rich Eisen Show. Hour number 2. Hour 1, we talked about the World Cup final and everything else surrounding that remarkable tournament that went on for about the last 5 weeks. Incredible stuff here. And Taylor Twellman joined us. Our friend Jake Johnson of the new Apple TV movie, The Dink. It's good stuff. Mary Steenburgen told us about it when she was here with Ted Danson a few months ago. She's in it. It's just delightful. It's a Ben Stiller classic. And he's in it. Ed Harris is in it. It's good stuff. Jake's a diehard Bears fan. He's in studio hour number 3. Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, spoke at the kickoff of the SEC Media Week in Tampa, Florida, and said that the talk of the conference breaking away from the NCAA and staging its own playoff is quote-unquote real.
Whoa.
People have talked about that. They've opined about the frustrations that bring them to the point of saying we should look at something significantly different. I do not believe that is a leverage point. I think that's just honest communication. I think what's important is those comments represent a high level of frustration in the circumstances in which we find ourselves.
Dang. Okay.
Amen. We've talked about it before. Bringing the soccer world into this again with the World Cup having just finished. If you recall, you remember the Super League that was created over in England for a hot minute?
2 days.
2 minutes it lasted. Where that Super League that got created, that got what? Folks in London and across the country in the streets, right? Protesting.
Yeah.
It lasted as long as Belichick being the head coach of the Jets. And we're like, where could that happen here in the United States? And on the spot, I'm like, college football. It's only a matter of time that the SEC and the Big Ten get together and say, well, let's just do it ourselves. And who else wants in? And Greg Sankey just basically said, this is not a leverage play. This is a real talk. This is a real conversation. Josh Pate's going to join us on that, and my alma mater announcing that the athletic director, Ward Manuel's out by the end of the year, based on everything that's gone on that campus the last few years. 844-204-RICH is the number to dial. The Open Championship, right? What a performance by Ryan Fox.
Incredible.
The Kiwi from New Zealand.
This guy, what a story. He didn't start playing golf till high school.
17.
Didn't win anything until he was in his mid-20s, his amateur career. Never finished top 10 in a major. He is from a long line of rugby players and cricket players. His family lineage down there. He's just from a bloodline of athletes. And for this guy to do what he did over the weekend, he was tied for 52nd after the first 2 rounds going into the weekend, the largest comeback in major history for the winner. Birdie's 18 at a course and a hole that was playing next near impossible.
Well, I mean,
unbelievable finish.
Siwoo Kim looked like it was going to be his tournament at the turn.
Ryan Burns got to 11 under, then he faltered, then Siwoo took the lead, and it looked like he was going to run away with it.
Cam Young,
those guys just couldn't do it. Cam Young posted a number really early. He played when the conditions were a little bit better. It was a little less windy. Posted 9 under and just sat around for 2.5 hours seeing if they were going to come back to him.
And then wound up walking off into the clubhouse after watching Fox birdie 18, which Tommy Fleetwood, playing in Royal Birkdale in front of his home town, in front of his home crowd, he came out with a walk-off birdie for him. It was just only the 4th birdie on the day at 18 until Fox stepped up. But obviously what he did on 18 to birdie and what he did on 16 to birdie as well, that's what people are talking about. But what really impressed me is what he did in the holes before the birdies. Because for him to step up on 15, tied with Young, they kept cutting away to him, warming up.
Yep, on the range.
Just in case there was going to be some extra holes.
Yep.
He hits one in the par 3 in the bunker, and it's in one of those classic Open Championship pot bunkers where there's a wall and it was right up next to it. And I'm like, oh, that's it for him.
Yep.
And then he just stepped up, looked at the situation, stepped in, took his medicine right away.
Yep.
And then said, I'll just get up and down for a bogey and go back to work. He did. Then he birdies the next hole, and he's right back to where he was when he put the ball in the bunker. Then he steps up on 17 on a par 5, and he took out an iron. And he still hit it in one of the fairway bunkers over 300 yards away. Like, what the hell's in that thing?
Course was hot. Course was baked.
But
shots were running.
I mean, he cooked that.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so now he's got to scramble to get a birdie putt, which he does, which he then misses just by a chinny chin chin.
Yep.
And he steps up to 18, and he hits a perfect drive, and then a perfect 9-iron, and then stepped up. This is the thing, too. He steps up, and 22 seconds after Sam Burns putts out, he's standing over. He's not wasting any time. He saw the putt. He saw what he needed to do. And just like when he was in the bunker on 15 and 17, just looked at the situation, assessed it, and just played it. That's what he does. He stepped up, but 22 seconds later, he puts that thing a little side entry, and he wins the Open Championship.
It was awesome. If you've never seen Ryan Fox play, that's something a lot of people are noticing now. He plays fast. He is decisive. He does not want to let negative thoughts creep in by overanalyzing, over-talking to his caddy, thinking about club selection. He has a plan, C-shot, hit shot, let's go. They finished their final round in 4 hours, which is unheard of on a major championship. And like you said, 22 seconds after Burns' ball hits the bottom of the cup for his par in 18, he's jarring the game-winning birdie, championship-winning birdie. It was incredible.
And then afterwards, he talked about his thought process going through the final shots as he's sitting next to his new claret jug.
Definitely the first part. I mean, I hit 2 shots exactly how I wanted to hit them. And I didn't feel anything for the putt. Everything was shaking that much. I was just happy to hit it somewhat near the hole, and to see it go in was incredible. But, I did say to my caddy, Dean, on the tee that we were going to take it on, that I was going to try to win the tournament, and I'd live with the consequences if I stuffed it up. And, to go out there and execute, that drive's not a very comfortable tee shot, obviously, and to hit it in the fairway and give myself a chance was huge. And then I landed on a good number. I think I had 160 meters to the hole. The breeze was a little down off the left. Obviously, everything's a bit jumped up there, so it was just a solid 9, and I hit it exactly where I wanted to hit it. And I think I screamed at it, please be good in the air, and it was. And to cap it off with the putt, everyone practices on the green, I guess. You've got a putt to hold a major championship or to win the Open. It's not like that in real life. It's not a very comfortable feeling, but it's certainly very enjoyable when you see it go in.
Unreal.
That's got to make
So
you feel
great.
better. You talked about not being able to feel your hands, playing the ACC, and then this guy's like, yeah, I can't really feel my hands. I got to putt to win the major.
It's incredible. So cool, man.
It's very cool.
Congratulations to Ryan Fox. I'd love to chat with him.
Yeah, there's a cool video going around right now of him flying back to Florida, and he's got the claret jug in the overhead compartment. There it is. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that he had the cabin space above him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, is that his one carry-on item? That'd be my one carry-on item. I'm not checking that back.
Right. It's not leaving my sight.
That's so cool.
Pretty good.
Awesome. Apparently, Cam Young was on the same flight, too.
Oh, wow. That's got to be tough for Cam Young. You finish early. You're in you're playing in the mid groups,
Yeah, right.
and you're waiting around 2+ hours just to see if maybe there's a playoff. You go out, warm up. Oh, what's that? No, oh, he jarred it. Okay,
That's why it's 72 holes.
Going
and he
home.
bogeyed 18.
Yeah, he bogeyed 18.
So, I mean, again, that's why every shot counts. And well done to Ryan Fox.
Yeah, very cool.
And Ryan Fox doing what he did, took Bryson DeChambeau and what happened with him completely off that radar.
Yep.
And certainly so did DeChambeau's weekend. Now, you could say that he was thrown off his game by taking 2 strokes off of his score on Friday. And DeChambeau shot over the weekend 69 and 72, which is not shabby to say the least. But what he did on Friday, it's kind of crazy that the conversation that's been around it is we don't know if he did it on purpose or not, or did it on purpose or not, and that's the improving his ability to connect with the ball in thick gorse.
Yeah, it was it wasn't the lie. It was more the swing path.
Well, right. You're not allowed to improve the swing path at all.
Right.
And, there's back and forth of like, well, he's got to get his feet set somehow. I mean, he needed to look at, where the ball was, and you got to step into that grass somehow. And then you look at it, and it's just like, is he doing the Macarena in there, or what's he doing? And then you're looking at it like, well, but still, he had to stand behind it to see where it's going, right? He had to look at it. He had to choose a spot. And then you're like, well, do you have to lift your foot up and stamp it down? Like you take a look at it different way, and then you see so many of the players who are like, Homa's like, and Scheffler, like, I know him. He's not a cheater. He's not going to cheat the game.
Right.
And then others are like, yeah, I'm not really forming an opinion on it. And others are like, well, I've got an opinion on it, and it's not a great one. And then Rory McIlroy stepped to the podium. And if there was a pile of dirt and DeChambeau was somewhere ready to be buried, well, Rory McIlroy pulled out the big dog of a shovel and kept shoveling.
So I was watching it live. I was up in the players' lounge watching it with a few other players, and as soon as he made the step into the ball, we all sort of looked at each other and were like, that didn't seem right. And then when I heard that he was called in by the rules officials, I think it was pretty obvious for why. And yeah, I mean, I think there's no doubt that he improved the line of his backswing. So, and again, it's like whether it was careless or whether it was intentional, I don't think it matters. Hopefully it was careless. But I think the 2-shot penalty was justified for sure.
What did you think of the scenes after? Obviously, you guys were delayed getting your tee times as well because of it all going on.
Late night for everyone. I won't pretend to be up here and defend Bryson. I'm not particularly fond of him. I think a lot of it's performative. I think a lot of it's for attention. And to hold the tournament hostage like that and have all of us, volunteers, players, everyone waiting on him to depart, I didn't feel like it was a great look.
Do you think he knew what he was doing?
Look, he's going to say, like, again, I'm not in his mind. I'm not in his, but it didn't look good.
The honesty from Rory McIlroy, off the charts.
That's what we want from our athletes, right?
Oof.
Jeez.
That's live related, right? Isn't it? Live Tour.
Yeah, and I think final round Masters last year, they're in the group together. Not shaking. It's all goes back a long way.
Well, in terms of the performative commentary, that's one man's opinion.
Yeah.
And if I'm being told you're losing 2 strokes, I'm not going to take it well. That's for damn sure. Certainly if I'm going to be now called a cheater, I mean, that's going to take a while to calm me down and get off the course. And then there's the other side of it. The Telegraph newspaper reporting that during the conversation, Bryson DeChambeau, according to the Telegraph, let me see if he will address this at any point, warned officials at the Open that he was ready to call President Trump in a tense standoff that saw the American hit with a 2-shot penalty for inadvertently improving his lie. And if that's the case, hey, Bryson, listen, you're dealing with the royal and ancient. That'd be like, you're going to call the President of the United States. Once upon a time, our predecessors told Braveheart he couldn't improve his lie. Okay? This goes back centuries. Okay.
Yeah, and Bryson didn't talk to the media on Friday. He didn't talk to the media over the weekend. I imagine he'll post a video on his YouTube channel explaining everything.
The
so.
one thing that you could read his lips at one point is he did seem to threaten he's not going to play the next day.
Yeah, and that's
I'm glad that he did.
Yeah, that's kind of Rory's point about holding everybody up. They couldn't make tee times because they had to wait to see if he was going to withdraw.
If you're being told, okay, and so many of his colleagues are like, hey, every shot, because he's Bryson DeChambeau, is on camera.
Right.
So many other guys could have been stomping around or inadvertently improved their line. You just didn't see it.
Right.
Because not every shot is on camera for that player. You know? But, man, that was a dramatic weekend at Royal Birkdale. What a royal drama that was.
It was wild.
All right, let's take a break here. We got Josh Pate coming up in a matter of moments. But I just want to tell you this note from our friends at Pella Windows and Doors. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors are the experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that most meet your needs, and their experts then install them. That means working with a company that builds and installs a quality product with real pricing, real simple, really beautiful. And when a trusted name like Pella chooses to partner with the Rich Eisen Show, well, that to us says a lot. 0% financing options are available. Certain restrictions apply. Find your local Pella Windows and Doors showroom today at Pella.com/Eisen for details. Make life brighter with Pella Windows and Doors. Joining us from, I believe, I don't know where he is. Maybe he's in Tampa, Florida. I don't know. But Josh Pate's going to join us next talking about SEC and my school, Michigan. Don't go anywhere.
Smalls here. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The best summer moments aren't always planned, and that's why Carbless is made for whatever's next. Delivering bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail, Carbless is ready to go wherever summer takes you. With 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and only 100 calories, it fits seamlessly into your lifestyle so that you can enjoy every summer moment with Bliss. And while you're making the most of the season, try the limited-time Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack or the Lemon Iced Tea 4-pack before they're gone. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find your Bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 16-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday pasta, 88 cents. 8-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday brick cream cheese, 2 for $3. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.49 a pound. Pork baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound.
It's a long fly ball.
What?
Safe.
Every time I scan, what is happening?
A leaping grab at the wall.
Okay, fine, I'll play. Get a load of this watermelon. And here's the pitch.
Please wait for assistance.
Win Century Foods Ultimate Fan Experiences at Milwaukee baseball games. Throw out the first pitch, hold the ribbon for the Johnsonville famous sausage race, or watch batting practice from the field.
Ooh, what do I do?
Complete the entry form in Century's weekly ad and return to the store.
Ah, no, what happened here?
Oh, self-checkout couldn't handle my heater. Here, I filled out my entry form. Gotta go. Have a great day.
I'll go get the mop.
Enter by August 5th.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Every morning, I talk about traffic backups and slowdowns around Milwaukee. At Sewer Ninjas, they help homeowners avoid a different kind of backup, a sewer backup. Sewer Ninjas is a Wisconsin family-owned company specializing in sewer camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs that can often be completed without tearing up your yard. Their goal is simple: find problems early and help homeowners avoid costly surprises. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. That's sewerninjas.com.
988 Wisconsin Lifeline. How can I help you?
Share hope, find purpose when you become a 988 Lifeline counselor. The 988 Wisconsin Lifeline provides free and confidential support to anyone in crisis. 988 has experienced tremendous growth, and more statewide counselors are needed. Staffed by Family Services, 988 counselors work remotely, are offered flexible hours, competitive compensation, benefits, and training. Apply today at 988lifelinecounselor.org. Family Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Paid for by grants from SAMHSA and the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
You never know when someone you care about might need a place like Curative Care. For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. They help families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood. They connect parents with resources, provide guidance through challenging times, and create a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org. That's curative.org. Do it today.
Looking for your next unforgettable night out in Milwaukee? Step into Upper Bar, where the city lights meet the river's edge and every evening feels like an occasion. Perched above the Milwaukee River with sweeping downtown views, Upper Bar is your stylish escape to the heart of the city. Sip handcrafted cocktails, explore curated wines, and share flavorful bites made for good company. Whether you're meeting friends, starting your night, or just chasing the view, you'll find it all here. Upper Bar. Elevated evenings right in the center of it all. Visit upperbarmke.com to learn more.
We don't just cover the green and gold. We cover the green and gold. Your home for Green Bay football talk on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Josh Pate, our friend, ESPN college football analyst, as well as big-time broadcaster right here on the program. It's good to see you, sir. Greg Sankey, I want to start. I reached out to you this morning based on what was going on at my alma mater in Michigan. We'll get to that in a second. But to be straight up, when the commissioner of the SEC, Greg Sankey, who I like to refer to even to his face as the president of the United States of Collegiate Sports, when he says that there is something real to the conversation of the SEC breaking away from the NCAA based on the frustrations and the rules and the regulations that aren't uniform or certainly aren't going to address the member schools of the SEC. That's massive news. He did say that today. Josh, what's your 2 cents on that?
I tend to believe him. Now, it's not a zero-sum thing, I don't think. It's not like he's either totally serious about it or they're totally using that to leverage the conversation in the right way. There's probably a healthy mixture of both. It's just, as you know, sometimes it's a total bluff, and you get your bluff called or you don't, you get your way. I don't think this is a bluff. And I know that because I spent the entire spring going around multiple conferences, SEC included, and a lot of off-the-record conversations sort of sounded even more colorfully in the same vein that Greg Sankey's on-the-record comment sounded this morning, and that's from everywhere from ADs to university presidents. They look at it and they say that word unsustainable. And the thing about it is, it's going to be sustainable for the SEC. It's going to be sustainable for the Big Ten. It's just at some point, if we're the SEC or we're the Big Ten, even, we look at it and say, is this even worth our time? Because we know we can survive. It's them that need us, not us that need them. Now, me as a college football first guy, I hate all of it. I despise that we're even talking about it in these terms. But it's like you and I and 500 other people are on a cruise ship, and we keep looking up at the captain's deck, and nobody's hands are on the wheel. And you figure at some point, someone's going to be in charge. Someone's going to make sure we don't run into the port over here. And no one has their hands on the wheel right now. So at some point, the conferences look and say, well, okay, we've got our own little lifeboat over here. It's pretty nice, and we know we can control that. And we know we can sustain ourselves for a long time on that thing. So what's the line in the sand? Like, what is the magic line of demarcation past which, forget about it, we're going to torch the barn, kill the rats, as Meemaw would say, we're going off on our own. I don't know what that is. I don't know that they know what that is. I think it's one of those, we'll just know when we're there.
I understand that for sure, and I just don't know what it would look like. It would have to include the conference from which the last 3 college football national champions have come from, Josh, right? I mean, the Big Ten's got to be involved in anything of a breakaway. Listen, I know the SEC's popular, but they're just going to have their own championship, and we'll just wonder how they would look against the champs of the rest of the NCAA, Josh, you know?
Now, I don't want that.
Right.
There is an alternate universe where I could see it working, but I don't want it. So I don't want to go to the alternate universe.
Okay.
I will say, because of all these threats being made over really the past year, but specifically the past 6 months, I, famously not a legal type, have consorted with a bunch of real legal types. And I've said, the SEC and the Big Ten just go off on their own. There's that M word. What is that? Monopolistic. Does this fit that description? And the answer was certain degrees of, yeah, that's why they're going to have to pretend that they're not locked arm in arm for a little while if they do decide to go down that path. So you said, I don't know what it'll look like. I said, I don't know what it would look like. I'm telling you, I don't think they know what it would look like either. But I always go back to this. Ironically, Rich, let's see, it's 2026. This week, 5 years ago, there was this news out of nowhere. It happened at SEC Media Days. I would say it's the last bombshell story out of SEC Media Days, and that was OU, Texas to the SEC. And they kept a total lid on it. No one knew it was coming. And so I keep thinking to myself, if they were able to keep that under wraps 5 years ago, might there be something that's in the oven pertaining to matters that we're discussing right now that none of us know? And might all of what we've been given, might the morsels that we've had thrown at us from microphones just be flack, just be subterfuge to get us looking to the left and to the right? Because I do think that there's still a lot up in the air, but for as much attention as has been paid to this by some pretty smart people, I find it hard to believe everyone's just waking up every morning scratching their head, wondering what the day will bring. I've got to think there's some design somewhere.
And what did Sankey say about college football playoffs expansion? Anything else?
Well, they peppered him a lot. I mean, I give him full credit now. He opens himself up to wide-ranging Q&A at this event every year.
I love it.
I think out of all the power commissioners, I don't know. I value what he says the most, even if I don't always agree with it. I think it's really, really well-founded in logic, and so I appreciate when he does it. So this morning, I thought the biggest takeaway, Rich, was actually when they asked him about the playoff, and they asked him about you guys, the SEC, expanding to 9 league games, and all these coaches being upset because they thought expansion of conference schedule was going to coincide with expansion of playoffs. And that hasn't happened. Are you guys worried that the college football playoff is not going to recognize your strength of schedule the way that you hope they do? Now, when they set out on that course to go 9 conference games in the SEC, there was just an assumption that the college football playoff selection criteria was going to change and that they were going to value strength of schedule a little bit differently and define it a little bit differently than they had. Now, side note, I think that's warranted. All right, now we get back up on the main road. This morning, his words made it sound like they have no confidence that group is going to, in any shape, form, or fashion, value strength of schedule the way they want it to the point where he went back to the spring when they met with the college football playoff, and I want to get these words right. He said, we had very